live. Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to a brand new live stream. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. I'm excited to talk about this. Oh my gosh. So, yesterday I just got back from Fan Expo. It was my first time doing the VIP thing for Fan Expo because I started doing it afterwards. So, this whole episode is going to be talking about my experience and what happened and what I did and who I met and basically everything, and even trying to do some tips and hints for anyone who watches this and it's like, hey, I want to go to Fan Expo and try this out. What do I do? What do I do? We go to the comments here. We got Captain Iron Dog in the house. Yes, hello, Captain Iron Dog. Hello, hello. This is going to be an exciting time. Again, I am nervous, but I should be able to pull this off. Okay, so last year I went to Fan Expo to meet the cast of Scream. And that's probably the biggest thing that I had to do ever at a Fan Expo. I had to meet Nev, Jamie, Skeet, and Matthew. I had to get all their signatures, had to do the photo op, and I think there was a couple other people I don't even remember because that was like the biggest thing I had to do there. And when I was waiting in those lines for Nev and Matthew, of course, I did meet my friend there. I forgot her. We didn't even exchange names, but we were talking the whole time in line for Matthew towards the end. But that whole experience of waiting in line for hours and, not knowing if you're going to get the autograph, and you're wasting time in line and your legs are getting tired and you want to eat and you want to get food and you're just aggravated. Last year I vowed, I'm like, I'm not doing regular ever again. I'm going to do the VIP. I know I always try not to do the VIP, but I'm going to do the VIP for next year. So that's when I decided, I'm not going to wait in line anymore. At least those long lines, because I'm going to explain a little later that there are still lines, but it is much, much better. So that was the reason why I was like, I love Scream and all that, but damn, that was a long time in line. And I was like, never again. And similar thing happened with the Niagara Falls one when I went to meet Kane Hodder. Kane Hodder was a long line. I was like, never again. Not doing this. I got to do VIP whenever I do these things. So around, Black Friday or Christmas time, Fan Expo usually sends out emails. If you get notified for the emails or you follow their Facebook page, they usually say, hey, there's a Fan Expo sale. I really tried to do research on this today, but I guess it must be like a secret link. They must email you and you click the link and it goes to the thing. Because I was not able to find it, but I am 100% sure, 100% accurate that they do this. Like on Black Friday and Christmas time, they usually send an email or a little notification on their Facebook page that says, hey, buy your VIP tickets, buy your tickets in advance, do this. So last year, about Christmas to January, because I think it expires in January. I think it starts Black Friday or Christmas time and ends in the middle of January, that pre-ticket sale. And I believe they are cheap. I'm not 100% sure on that. I was trying to find research, but honestly, it's one of those things where it's click the link to go to the thing, and it doesn't exist until that time. So I was like, damn it. So I tried to find it, but couldn't find it. But I assure you that they do this. So I bought my ticket in January, the VIP ticket, and this was sight unseen. I didn't know who was coming. And the thing I like about it is that I do believe in the fine print. It says that you can get a refund for your VIP ticket if you choose to. That's very rare. For Nickel City Con, Niagara Falls, it's usually you buy it, that's it. You're done with it. But Fan Expo, I'm pretty sure there's a little, exchange or refund clause in there. So if you don't like the guests or something happens, you can get a refund prior to the show. So, with that in mind, I was like, I'm doing the VIP. I bought the VIP in January, and it was just, again, sight unseen. Had no idea who was coming. I was just like, I got it. I don't have to worry about it. So when I go to Fan Expo, I have it, and if they don't have anybody I want, exchange it, whatever. So, around May, maybe even March, May, they start, doing these announcements for the guests. And they did Sophia from The Mummy. She was also in Kingsman. She was announced. They did Rose McGowan and some other, guests. And closer to the show, they started announcing the big guests. And the thing I implore fans to do, if you're going to Fan Expo, do research. So at the other Fan Expos, they usually have the same guests. Because I'm sure that they asked the actor or actresses or whoever that they must get a contract or something to appear at all these cons. So if you do the research at like Denver Fan Expo or Texas Fan Expo, Dallas, whatever, if you check the other fan expos, you're going to get a good idea who's going to go to yours. So when I was doing the research earlier in the year, I saw Bryce Dallas Howard, Rosario Dawson. I believe I saw a Mary Elizabeth Winstead because I got the idea of like, oh my God, maybe a Grindhouse reunion or something. I don't know. But like if you do the research, the names do pop up and they're usually the same. Like what do you call it? The girl from Marissa Tomei. That's right. Marissa Tomei is one of the people. Alan Tudyk, Wayne Knight, the Seinfeld cast. Like they usually do Fan Expo throughout the year. So if you do the research prior to the show, you get a good idea who's going to show up. So I was like, okay, I have an idea. Rosario Dawson, Bryce Dallas Howard. Okay. So when they announce it officially, it's like, good. I knew about it, so that actually helps out when I start planning for next year. So I'll do that for next year as well. Oh, here we go. We got a comment from Captain Underdog. That's what I did when I was planning to go to the Denver Fan Expo. Yep, exactly. You got to do research. I do the research. And during this time as well, I'm doing the exchange rate throughout the whole time because I live in New York State, Buffalo area. And I go to, what do you call it? I go to Toronto Fan Expo. It's a 3-hour drive. No matter what, no matter how hard you try, it's always a 3-hour drive, no matter how early. Anyway, I'll get to that. So it's like a 3-hour drive, and the exchange rate for Canada, is always fluctuating. Sometimes it's good, sometimes bad. It was really good this time. I was like, holy hell. It was really good. But in doing so, you have to keep in mind that the signature prices will go or fluctuate, because when they do like the website prior to the show, it's usually like example, Rose McGowan for weeks on end said $70 Canadian, $7 Canadian. But when I got to the show, it was 80 Canadian, and I totally get that because the exchange rate, they're kind of getting fucked over. So like in reality, it's probably like $60 US, but in Canadian, it's like 80 or whatever. So you have to keep that in mind when you're planning to go to the Canadian Fan Expo. Just keep in mind, like exchange rate, guess to the $5 to $10. So if you put in, all right, I'm going to spend $300 and it comes up blah blah blah, that whatever the blah 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 is, just fluctuate. Either it's going to be $5 less, $5 to $10 less, or $5 to $10 extra. You just got to keep that in mind when you do the exchange rate when you get over there. At least that's what I was doing. So I kept an eye on it. I was planning it out for the longest time. I thought I was going to get the Bryce Dallas Howard autograph because I was like, I'm going to get the autograph, blah, blah. But then, crunching the numbers and really thinking it out, because over the years I've realized getting the photo op is much more fun, and like you could show it rather than an autograph. An autograph is like, yeah, you can get an autograph and that's fine and dandy, and it works well if you're trying to do like a collection kind of thing, or if you have something that really means something to you. But over the years I've realized that the photo op is much more fun and more experimental. And when I say experimental is because when I started doing photo ops, I was just wearing my outfit. Whatever outfit I wore to the Fan Expo, that's what I wore. But over the years, and that's why I'm wearing this outfit, over the years, I decided, do like a little bit of cosplay for the photo op. So when you have the photo, you're dressed as the character or something related to the actor. So this outfit, of course, it's for Claire. And, in the picture I had a velociraptor. But yeah, I dressed as Claire. So I was like, Claire. And just to show you examples, these are the outfits I planned for this year before I show you the final one. So for every Fan Expo, I plan costumes now, cosplays. And I don't wear them for the whole show. I used to do that. I believe it was 2016, because I remember all the Suicide Squad stuff and the Rogue One cosplay. So it was 2016 for sure. I wore cosplay through the whole thing. I was Dennis Nedry, and holy smokes, did a lot of people stop me to take pictures. It's very nice and very, ooh, I got, people taking pictures of me, but also it's like, oh my God, I got places to go. I can't stop to take pictures. And also wearing a raincoat all day, not cool. Not cool. So over the years, I decided to pack costumes. So I'm carrying the costumes either in my book bag or bag, and I just change. And then I always have an outfit that's for casual wear. Because, when I walk around, I want to be casual. I want to be as comfortable as possible, because you're either standing too long or you're sitting on the ground and you have to move. You have to be tactical. So, like, my personal opinion, I like wearing the costumes for the photo op, and that's it. And then I take out the outfit. Like, I can't imagine walking around a convention dressed as Ghostface like I did last year. No way. No way. That's got to be difficult. I don't want to know. And even this, like, I can't imagine walking around in the long sleeve military coat all day. It's like, no, I can't do that. No way I'm going to do that. So, as I was saying, I, dressed as the characters. So this is the outfit I was going on. In the movie, she wears green shirt, brown pants, military jacket, and the John Deere hat. So that's what I was wearing for Claire, because I wanted to wear that for Bryce Dallas Howard. And then last minute, I decided to do Patrick Warburton, because for the last couple of years, I've been wanting to do him, and just, he's always been the first ones to get cut. Like, all right, I'm cutting him, because I want to do, like, the bigger names or whatever. So this year, I was like, I got to stop cutting him. I got to put him on my main list, my main tier list. And I like him from the ride Soarin', like, nice work, pal. And have a pleasant flight. Like, all that. I like all that stuff. So I thought, I want to dress something like Disney. Like, what's Disney to me? And for some reason, when I think Disney, I think of Genie in Aladdin when he wears his vacation clothes. So that's what I was going on. I was like, I want to find a yellow, like, Hawaiian shirt with, like, yellow pants that go with the shirt, or shorts, I should say, and to get the goofy hat. So that was my outfit idea for that. And then Rosario Dawson, I was like, I definitely got to go as Stuntman Mike. So I wanted, for the picture, I wanted to have her punch me, and I have the black shirt and blue jeans on. And ironically, I was like complaining, I'm like, if you're going to go to Fan Expo, you should dress up for the picture. But like for the Stuntman Mike, it's just a black t-shirt and blue jeans. So I just find that funny. That's the outfit I chose to do. So before the show, I usually order my outfits. So I did the research, ordered this outfit. And then I also ordered the goofy hat. And the problem, like, the issue is for, getting costumes and ordering things for the show, you can't go too overboard, because what if the actor cancels? Believe me, that's happened. I'm going to talk about that now. Let's give an example of what I'm talking about. So last year, it was the Scream people I really wanted to see, and Danny Trejo. And for those who watch the channel, I know there might be some new people here, but for those who watch the channel, know that I like going to the movies, and I always quote you. I knew it was you, Fredo. You broke my heart. I always do that, the Regal thing. She's beauty and she's grace. Son of a, that's gonna leave a mark. I miss your or I smell your musk, or whatever. It's so good. I love that Regal commercial. And last year I was planning to meet Danny Trejo and have him hold on to the cup and point it. I was planning that, and then he canceled like that Thursday before the show. So I was like, damn it, I held on to this cup for like a whole year, hoping he would show up at like some other con. And he showed up this year. So that's an example of like someone coming and you're planning it. So you can't really go overboard to plan your costumes. Like, you have to go like nice loosey-goosey. Like, to me, the Claire was almost overboard. Like, I genuinely was looking for screen accurate hats. Let me show you the screen accuracy. So the screen accuracy hat has the John Deere logo letters inside the logo, and it's all yellow. Believe me, I found that hat on eBay. It was in my cart, but I was so afraid she might cancel, so I didn't do it. So I was like, don't go overboard, Frank. Just get the easy one. So I found this at Walmart. They have like tons of these at Walmart, which is perfect. And I'm like, you don't have to go overboard. Just get what you need. Because this, shockingly, this is a vintage hat, like an actual vintage John Deere hat that goes for a pretty penny. So like, I'm fine with the $5-10 hat I got from Walmart, because that one is like a collector hat. So you have to, plan the outfits, make sure it's like kind of nice and cheap, or something that you already own. So if you're planning an outfit, just keep that in mind. Just letting you guys know, because that's what I did. And waiting for Danny Trejo, I actually ordered. Do I have it in my bag? Yes, I do. I actually ordered this Regal uniform, because when they announced Danny Trejo for this year, I'm like, oh, I'm going to go all out. I'm going to go all out for this Fan Expo. I got the Regal shirt. I got the Regal cup. I'm going to meet Danny Trejo. I've never been more excited in my whole life. I got to do it. I see there's a comment here. Yes, we have Captain Iron Dog. I miss that commercial so much. I know, and I was so excited to see Danny Trejo. Oh my gosh, we'll get there. Don't worry, guys. Let me put the brand back up. Okay. So, where am I on my list? I actually took notes because this year was such a blur. of doing what my plan was that I almost forgot like what I did. I was like, what did I do? How did I make this work? So before the show, of course, plan, have your notifications set for Facebook. Check the Facebook page all the time for their actor announcements, celebrity announcements. Keep an eye up on updates because prior to the show, like the week before the show, they're giving updates constantly. They're like, Alan Tudyk's sick. He's not coming. This actor's showing up late. Marissa Tomei canceled Saturday. She's coming Sunday. You know, information like that. It's very important to keep an eye on that because there's people who just blow it. An example, a full-on example. This year, my mom ran into this couple. He called off work for Saturday to go meet Marissa Tomei. She canceled, so he went and bought a ticket for Sunday. He was waiting in the Danny Trejo line, and Danny Trejo wasn't there. Meanwhile, Marissa Tomei's line is getting longer and longer. That is a bad move. If you're going to Fan Expo and you have a couple, split up. That's what I'm going to say. If you don't have VIP, you got to split up. Have the girlfriend wait in the line for Danny Trejo, and you go wait in line for Marissa Tomei, you know, because you only have one shot on this. Unless you have VIP, then you can cut lines. That's all I got to say about that. But someone screwed up royally with that because they weren't paying attention to the updates. And then when they got there, they botched their plan. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you wait in Danny Trejo's line and then Marissa Tomei's line's getting longer and longer. Like, I don't know how you do that. No. No. So, this year, the plan was meet Rosario Dawson, get the photo op, get the signature. I'll talk about the signature a little bit later on. Bryce Dallas Howard, get the photo op. Plan the outfit, which I did. Speaking of going to Walmart and all that, I also got this little blue. So that's what I got at Walmart. Blue and this hat. I was like, perfect. It all worked out. So, other person, because I'm going to order of, importance. So, number 1, Rosario Dawson's way important. 2, Bryce Dallas Howard's very important. 3, Danny Trejo's important because I got the Regal outfit. 4, Helen Hunt. 5, Rose McGowan. 6, Patrick Warburton. And then the extra, if I have enough cash, maybe I will, maybe I won't, was going to be Sophia from The Mummy. And keeping an eye on the updates, she canceled on like Thursday or Friday. So I was like, okay, good. I have extra money. I don't have to worry about planning a photo shoot or the outfit. I literally found the white shirt Tom Cruise wore, and I was going to wear this jacket with the white shirt. I was all going to go all out because I wanted to have her like this and then be like, or screaming like at the Mummy thing. That's what I was going to do, but she canceled. Some other time, I'll do it. So, other thing I want to talk about is that I was worried about photo ops as well because there's no photo op schedule, and that usually comes out like the week before, kind of 2 weeks if it's like a bigger name, but like the week before for everybody else, and it's card only on site. So I was like, if I'm going to do card only on site, I might as well just buy them online. And you have to figure, because Canada has like this weird exchange tax or whatever. So there's like the price of what you're getting, and then like the service fee for the website you're using, and then like the Canadian exchange tax. It's almost like an extra, like, depending on how many people you have. I had a lot of people, so it was like almost like an extra $100. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. And because that's why I was hoping cash in person. That's why I had to do the research. I was like, maybe I could buy cash in person so I don't have to do the service tax and the service fee and all that. But like, no, you got either way you had to use cards. So I was like, fuck it. I want to have peace of mind. When I get to Fan Expo, I already have it. I don't want to go to Fan Expo. I'm like, I gotta buy the ticket. Don't want to do that. I want to relax. As much as possible because it's already a hectic time running around, and I'll get to that. Don't worry, I will get to that. Another thing I want to tell people, whoever's planning for Canadian Fan Expo, water is allowed. For sure, water is allowed. Snacks are allowed. I know a few years ago, prior COVID, I guess, but like, I know that they would throw out water bottles and throw out snacks, and it was always a pain in the ass when you got to these things. Because, back in the day, both North and South Building used to have food. They both used to have food, but now you have to go all the way to, hang on, let me make sure I got it accurate. You have to go to the South Building. You have to go to the South Building now for food. And that's a fucking mess. Again, I'll get to that. I have the map pulled up here We're going to talk about that. We are going to talk about that. But like this year was so much easier with the VIP badge. So I ordered it in January. I did print out the paper, but didn't really need the paper. The only thing you needed for the paper was the merchandise pickup. That's really pretty much all you needed, because about a week or two before the event, I got a mail parchment, and it was the badge, a Thursday pass, which is a bonus thing if you buy the VIP thing, and a little card to tell you how to activate your badge. And this, I love this. So, in the past, when I went to Fan Expo, I would just get like, Sunday pass or, ultimate pass or whatever, and they never mailed me the badge. Because usually I think I ordered too late or whatnot. I didn't order in time to get it in the mail. At least, that's what I think. I'm guesstimating. So when I get to the event, you have to go up the ramp, wait in line with everybody, and since I'm from the States and I don't have, one of those, expensive phones, I just have Straight Talk from Walmart. I don't have Wi-Fi over there, so you have to walk to somebody with an iPad, and then you got to put your information in, and then they activate your badge, and then you got to go through another line, and you're finally in the building. With this, I activated my badge on Friday, so when I got there on Saturday, I just had to go right into the re-entry door, bypass the huge lines, and get like right into the building where I needed to go. Up the escalator, I'm in the show. It's perfect. I freaking love that. That was so cool. So like, again, that's amazing for a VIP. You could activate it at home. I'm in the States. I activated it at home. Went there, just had to come in through the re-entry door. Awesome. So cool. So then, what's the other thing I had? Before event able that. Okay, got that. Yep. Oh, for the Fan Expo. Here it is. Okay, so when you're outside the North Building, that's where usually you have to enter. You have to go up the ramp. I realized in my experience now that if you want drinks and soda pop, instead of going all the way to the South Building, you could stay at the North Building. Just tap your badge out, go outside. You could either go to the store to the right. Okay, so if you're walking towards it, there's like the little ATM, and then further down, there's like a little convenience store. I don't know if it's been there this whole time, but I think it might have been. But they sell soda, they sell water, they sell like little cake snacks, little cookies that you can eat, mints, gum, and if you need, like, if you have headaches or whatever, they sell like aspirin and all that. Perfect. Game changer. Mind blown. Like, if I'm going to the event, I'm going to stop there, get a couple sodas, and go right in, get a snack there maybe, and just have fun at Fan Expo without worrying to going to the South Building to get my pizza or little cans of Coca-Cola, which are just going to make you thirsty anyway. Get your Dr. Pepper, get your Pepsi. You don't have to deal with the freaking Coke products. You're all set. It's great. And since you could just, because now they could just scan you in, scan you out, it's easier to go across the street to order from the Pizza or the Domino's. Honestly, it's so much easier to do that than to go to the South Building. And we're going to get to that. I have the map set up. It's going to be so much fun when we finally get there. We got another comment here. How convenient. Yes, it is so convenient. And now it's more convenient because now I know that you could bring in pop. You could bring in snacks. Because I went in there, worried, like, oh, are they going to take it out? They didn't give a damn. They're like, okay, you got no weapons in here? You're good. Get in there. So, like, I had my soda pop. I had my little snacks. Like, what I packed this time, I packed little Pop-Tarts. And I packed little high-C drinks. 2 waters and a Gatorade just to keep my electrolytes up. Keep me hydrated. Little snacks just to enjoy in the hallways. Nothing too much. And then, what was the other thing I got when I was there? Oh, I'll get to that as well. Because I got to talk about my whole day. Right now, I'm just kind of giving, like, the basic tips of what's going on, what happened. Yep. So there's that. And then my mom wanted to say, she gave me some notes, like, before your show, just tell them this. So on the 200 level, there's a cafe and snacks. So at the end, all the way at the end, past all the cosplay rooms on the 200 level, there is a Second Cup Cafe, another place to get food, snacks, coffee, drinks, another place to go to rather than going all the way to the South Building. The South Building is a mess. There's unless you have to go over there, there's no reason to go over there. But every year I have one reason to go over there because I'm loyal. I am a loyal fan and friend and supporter of my favorite artist, Sabatastic. So, because I've been seeing Sabatastic for like since like the beginning, since like 2012, 2013, when I heard her on the Sleepy Cabin podcasts. I'm like, oh my god, she's going to the show. So like for all these years, I try to at least once go see her, buy some items from her, visit with her, catch up. It's so great. Oh my gosh. But yeah, like she's like the only reason for me to go to the South Building. There was one year where they had tons of exclusives, like they had like Hasbro exclusives, Funko exclusives, and I really wanted to hunt those down. I haven't done that since then because that's a mess as well, and that's very hard to do. Like the Funko exclusives, I don't even know if they still do them, but there was like a Dudley Do Right, the Mackenzie brothers, so many other things that were like exclusive to that year for Funko Pops, and that was crazy. I'm not a huge Funko collector, and just that was a mess. If you're into it, yes, go ahead, do it. But like I'm not into it. Like this year, I think they had Squishmallows. I don't even know what kind they had. I'm like, whatever it is, I'm not going to get it. They're all going to be gone Thursday, Friday. They're not going to be there when I get there on Saturday. Okay, so let's talk about the day. The day in general. So, at I think like 6 o'clock, I got up. We left at 7:30. We took our first break at the border. We stopped at a gas station, went to the bathroom, got a snack or whatever we needed. Went over the Rainbow Bridge. Hang on. This is going to be a long time. Give me a second here. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready. So, oh, now let's keep going. I'll get to it when I get to it. Okay, so stop at the Rainbow Bridge, and it's always funny when you go over the bridge. You always got to be ready. Citizenship, U.S., where you're from, where you're going, how long you're going to be. Okay, enjoy your trip. So you get over the bridge, answer those questions. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're going over the bridge, first time going from the States to Canada, letting you know, there's a $5 toll. You can use cash. It's not like the Peace Bridge where you have to use card. Rainbow Bridge, you can use $5 cash. Okay, just all set. Let's keep going. So, over the bridge, I go to exchange my money. I usually exchange my money over the bridge, and before you go on your trip, have exactly how much you need, or what you want, I should say. And make sure you always set your credit cards on travel, because they will lock those fucking things up if you don't. That fucking sucks. So before you go, like a week beforehand, set your cards to travel saying like, hey, I'm going to go to Canada. I'll be at Niagara Falls, Toronto, Canada. That's where I'm going. So you got to make sure you set your cards before you go over, because they'll cancel those motherfuckers if you forget. Oh my god, what a pain in the ass that was. I should explain. So I went to like Niagara Falls Comic Con, and I had like all my cash on my card, and I was going to go over there and just like use ATM and just charge my photo ops when I got there. Holy fuck. I was not able to do anything because it locked up, wasn't able to do it, and I wasn't able to call it in until Monday. Mind you, this is Saturday, so like the whole weekend I wasn't able to use my freaking cash. So I was like, oh my god. So, it's important. Set your cards and travel. Okay, moving on. So, on the way there, it's like a 3-hour trip, and it takes forever to get to Canada. Or I should say Toronto. Holy shit. So, we usually take like an hour break. So we stop at the bridge, 5-10 minutes, go to the bathroom, 20 minutes, whatever. We go over there, and we usually stop an hour in. So wherever we are an hour in, we stop. This time it was at Circle K, so I made sure I had my Bill Paxton shirt, because I had a blue... Okay, that was the other thing, too. So prior to the event, I'm very, very... Like, I'm OCD. Like, I'm not OCD for anything. Like, but for Fan Expo and Comic Cons, I'm very OCD. Just letting you know how OCD I am. Like, I'll print out the map. I'll circle where I need to go. And I print out, like, 3 maps. One for me, one for my mom, and one for my sister. Because sometimes sister goes, sometimes sister doesn't go. Sometimes sister says she's not going to go, and then sometimes sister goes. So I have to have 3 maps. So I circle where Sabatastic is, and sometimes I go Sakimi-chan, wherever she is. I didn't have time to go to her booth. I had to get going to Helen Hunt. but I circled Sabatastic and my other artists I usually try to go pick up. So I print out the maps prior to the show, and this is the most OCD thing I do. I've been doing this for like the last 5 years. I didn't do this in the early years. I just used like paper and pen. But since they stopped doing the books and just went to, digital shit, like the apps, I had to print out my own thing. So this is my itinerary. So what I have here are all the people I plan to meet. I have lines for the photo op times. I have, like, if I'm going to get an autograph with the person, I label it. So, like, Rose McGowan here, I have her autograph. I don't have a photo thing. I'm just getting her autograph. And then I have, Rosario Dawson. I'm getting her autograph. I already pre-ordered her photo op, so that's planned. That's set. I'm going to be at her table, or her photo op at 2:50. And then I leave blanks here because I'm going to order these on Friday before the event, and I'll fill that in when I get to that point. So down here, I go to their app, and then I go through all the things I want to do there. So on here, my start of the day is 12:20 Helen Hunt photo op. 12:30 Rosario Dawson's going to be at her Q&A. 1 p.m. this is free time. Rosario Dawson, Rose McGowan autographs, ? 2 p.m. Patrick Warburton, the photo op. And I have what outfit I'm going to wear because me and my mom separate. I'm going to be wearing a different outfit for the photo op, so if we get lost and she needs to look for me, I'm going to be wearing that outfit. So I have the outfit listed on here. Yellow shirt, blue jeans, whatever I'm wearing, I have that on here. 2:50 Rosario Dawson photo op. 3 o'clock, go see Sabatastic. ? Rosario Dawson autograph? ? 3:30 Dolph Lundgren. 4:30 Helen Hunt. 5:40 Bryce Dallas Howard photo op, and I have the outfit. And like I have to have this so I know what I'm doing, because it lets me know, because when I get there I kind of get overstimulated. I'm like, oh god, where do I gotta go? Who do I gotta go see? What do I do? I kind of lose that. So I need this for myself, for my mom, and for my sister, if she's gonna go, if she's not gonna go, if she's gonna come on Sunday, not Saturday. Sister is like a Rolodex. I have no idea what's going on in her mind. My sister will be like, oh my god, I bought the 4-day pass, but my car broke down, so I'm not going to go. It's like, oh my god. Why don't you get a rental? What are you doing? So anyway, another thing on here, I have Sabatastic, her table, and whatever, because like I let my sister or my mom, like, these are the people I'm going to see. I might not see you. We don't have cell phones to text. We gotta get in there. So that's what I have. So I'm very OCD like that. So I have the whole day plan basically, and I have a little itinerary for whoever needs to go with me. So when we get there, if you go to Fan Expo and you get to the North Building, right across the street, there is a perfect parking spot. We've been going there for the last 12 years. I've been going to Fan Expo since 2012. When Red Letter Media went there in 2012, I've been going there since then. So right across the street, there's a parking garage. And God bless them, they have not raised the price in 12 years. So their price is $25, and if you do the exchange rate, it's probably like $20. But they never raised those prices in all these years, and God bless them, because everyone else has. Everyone else down the street will price gouge. Because down the street, I think it started at $15, $20, and this weekend, on first Sunday specifically, it was $30. So yeah, they changed the prices, but the parking garage across the street has stayed $25. It's perfect. I think there's like 2 or 3 levels below ground, but it's fine. It's very easy. The only problem is, and I'll get to it towards the end, you have 15 minutes to leave after you paid your ticket. You have 15 minutes to leave, but I'll get to that. Because Toronto is a fucking busy city. It is a busy city. Because every year during Fan Expo, there's a big giant carnival downtown, or at least, very close to downtown. And this year, we didn't know this. I might have to do research for next year. They had a fucking Blue Jays game at the same time Fan Expo was going on. So you have a big giant carnival downtown, close to downtown. You have Fan Expo going on for the whole weekend, and then you got a Blue Jays game on top of that. Brother, I am going to have to get a Blue Jays schedule for next year, because that was insane. That was crazy. But we'll get to that. So we take our breaks and we're driving. And the thing is with Canadian and Toronto, people are always merging. And it's like for no good reason either, because like okay, so like the outer lane is like the speed lane, you don't have to go anywhere. Middle lane's like you got to go over here, and then the outer lane you're going to probably exit soon. These people are like leapfrogging. They're leapfrogging for like no reason, and when they're leapfrogging, they're causing problems for everybody else. It's terrible. It's horrendous traffic, and not only that, but they're always doing construction. For the last 12 years, they've been working on this road. The road should be like 10 lanes, but every year it's like 3 lanes, 2 lanes, 1 lane, 3 lanes, 2 lanes, 1 lane, 3 lanes. They're always doing construction on this road. It'll never be finished. And then the crazier thing is there's like a bridge or expressway, like a skyway, and like half the bridge is missing. And you look over, because like they have like a fake wall, but you look over. So I don't even know how to explain this. So this is like a normal bridge, right? Normal bridge. But they've cut 2 lanes off, but like they have like the little stick here where the lane lays on, and there's like construction people on that stick, constructing. It was like, holy shit, how the hell did they get up there? It's insane. So you're going down there and you get off at I believe it's the Gardner Expressway, and you go down and you gotta pass Blue Jay Lane and Front Street. You get to Front Street, and then you're right there and you see the Convention Center North Building. You see all the cosplayers right across the street, $25 thing. Go down there. It took us 3 hours, so we left and got to the bridge probably about 8 o'clock, 8:30. We got to Fan Expo probably 11:10. 11 o'clock, 11:10. I think I was walking in the building at 11:10. So when I got there, my first immediate thought is, okay, I'm in the building. Helen Hunt is until 12:20. I have a whole hour. I'm going to use this hour to my advantage. I'm going to go across to the South Building to go get my lanyard. This is my holy grail. For the last 12 years, I've been coveting people who've had this. Whenever they walk around and have this badge, I'm like, oh my God, for 1 year, I'm going to do it. 1 year, I'm going to get this VIB badge. And I had to go get it. I had to. I know my mom doesn't care. So my mom gets the ultimate thing, but she doesn't give a shit. She's like, you know what? It's not even worth going to the South Building. They can keep my stupid little toy, poster, comic book, whatever, exclusive. She doesn't care. She just wants her ultimate pass because it's all day. She gets her lounge. It doesn't matter to her. But to me, it's like, I wanted this VIP lanyard so bad. For years, I've wanted this lanyard. So I was like, nothing's going to stop me. So, let's pull it up, Jamie. Here it is. This is the fucking mess. Let me see if I could pull it up. Okay. Okay, I can't really do anything with it. But as you see here, the South Building, and I believe that's the North Building. So, let's try to keep this in mind. So I enter at the 200 level, right? That's where I come in. That's my re-entry gate for the VIP, or anybody who's re-entering to the Comic-Con or Fan Expo gets at the 200 level. Then you get to the 300 level. 300 level is where all the autographs are. That's where you're going to meet your actors. That's where you're going to meet your actresses. That's photo ops. Everything's there. Everything you need for your VIP badge, all the perks of why you need it in the first place is there on the 300 level. Autographs, photo ops, the works are there. You have to cross the bridge, then go downstairs, and then go down another flight of stairs to the 400 level, and then down to the 500 level, and then the 600 level, I believe. Oh God, it's not even. The 700 level is where the fucking thing is. Oh my God. So 700 level is where the VIP lounge is. That's where the VIP, quote unquote, VIP lounge is, in the 700 level. That's where I have to go get my badge, my everything. Poster, comic books, bag, t-shirt. That's where I got to go to 700 level. So I have to go from the 200, cross the bridge, and over there. Mind you, that bridge is packed, shoulder to shoulder packed, going across the way. Some escalators are closed, some escalators are blocked. You have to go up and down these things. And I shit you not, guys, from the 300 level over here to the 700 level, that takes about 20 to 30 minutes crowded. Possibly longer, but minimum 20 to 30 minutes crowded. If you're there early, like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, it's a breeze. It's probably like 5 minutes. It's a 5 minutes if there's no one there. But like when it's crowded and you got to go down these things and pass all these people and cosplayers, legitimately, maybe even more, 30 to 40 minutes. It's awful. I believe I do have a picture of the walkway. Okay, so this is a picture of the bridge. See how many people are on that bridge? That's insane. I took this picture because I love the Long Legs advertisement, because I love the movie Long Legs, and it just made me smile. But look at that bridge. See how many people are on there? That's hundreds of people on that bridge. So that bridge, I don't know if you can see my arrow, but that, you know, you can see the word there, but that bridge is just crowded with people. And I should explain the escalators as well. So let me go back to the big screen. So I drew it out. So when you get to the bridge, you get to the end, and these are escalators going up, and these are hang on. Let me pull it over here. I know you. Hang on. This is all backwards to me. So okay, hang on. Let me pull it over here. So this side is people going into the north building. These people are leaving the south building and going to get their autographs, meeting their actors, photo ops, whatever. So this is the north building going up. This top here are people from the north building going to the south building. So they're coming from the north building over here. So this is the north building, and they're coming around the corner. And again, just like Canadian traffic, they're all going to this first escalator here. Everyone is crowding to get to this first escalator for some reason. Meanwhile, there is a second escalator over here that hardly anyone uses. So you have to weasel your way through the crowd, and then, you have to weasel your way through the crowd and then somehow get to the second escalator, because everyone is like everyone's jammed over here. This section right here, I don't know why. Everyone jams to go to this first escalator instead of going over to over here. Yep, clear. Everyone's going over here instead of doing that to go to this end one so everyone can go over here. They're all fucking getting jam-packed at this first escalator. And without fail, one of these four things is always down. So I think this one was down when I went over, because they're like trying to practice, because like if there's too much weight, it like shuts down and they have to, get it back running. But oh my god. So I get down there, over there, and let's pull it up. Let's pull it up, Jamie. So I cross the bridge, and then I go down the first set of escalators, down another level, and then I finally get to the 700 level. So when I get to the 700 level, I get my badge. Hang on, now I can go to the big screen now. I get my badge. I get my bag. And I get a t-shirt. And let's do that now. Let's see the t-shirt. Because I haven't looked at this. I was just like, give me the shirt, give me the item, because I just want this badge. And give me the bag, because the bag I needed to carry my costumes in. Because my book bag was booked. It was solid heavy. I'm like, I don't want my book bag solid heavy. So this is the bag. Oh, this is the shirt. These little characters. And this is the back. You know what's so funny? A lot of people were wearing these. Usually they don't, but this year everyone was wearing these. I'm kind of shocked at that. So there's my t-shirt. And you know what? Let's do an unboxing. Let's do an unboxing of this thing, because I haven't seen what's really in here yet. So that's sort of, the first time of me seeing the shirt, because I didn't open it yet. And that's the first time knowing that, oh my god, everyone was wearing it. So I got this exclusive little thing. Handmade by Robots, a collectible vinyl from Back to the Future Part 2. Number 146. This is limited edition Fan Expo exclusive. Oh, there's a little bit of damage to it. Limited edition Marty McFly. And I do remember when I was in there, I was like, oh, is there like a Doc Brown in it or a DeLorean? And they're like, no, you got to buy those. Those are extra if you want to buy them. And I was like, I'm not buying it. Fuck it. I'm out of here. And do I have the picture over here yet? Oh no, 1A. Did I even download it? Hold on, Postcat. Oh shit, I didn't even upload it. stupid. Anyway, so when I got to the VIP lounge, I got, this. And then what else did I get? Hang on, let's keep going. Let's keep going with the unboxing. Because I was almost going to skip to something, but let's get to it. Give me a second. Oh, exclusively for VIPs. I could have saved 20% off at the store, but, I don't need any Fan Expo merch. Some Ecos card. A Venom comic book. Venom, 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 Venom. And the Detective Comics 27. And let's open this on camera. Look at that. It's Batman. Oh, it just seems to be like a reprint. This is just like literally a reprint of old comics. Look at that. Fan Expo exclusive variant. And that's about it. That's about it for the VIP stuff. So you get the badge and all that. So when I was in there, I took a selfie in the lounge because I'm never going to be in the South Building again ever on this trip. So I take a picture, selfie, and it's like almost all empty, and it looks like all cool. It's like white furniture, blue lights, and in the room, it's like the it always there's a line in the movie "What's Up, Doc?" that I always use, but it's like it was a foul-looking lot, bailiff. Fucking looked like the cantina from Star Wars. I loved it. So I saw there, and then when I say cantina, imagine the cantina, but there's only like 4 people in the room. There was like 3 people over here and one guy way in the corner by himself. I took a selfie and I got out of there because I'm like, I don't need to be in here. So when I was over there, mind you, at this point, so I got there like 11 o'clock. So right now, it's probably 11:30 because it took me so long to get there. Maybe 11:40. So I get an icy because I'm like, oh, cool, an icy drink. I want an icy drink. So I'm in the South Building, right? I get the icy drink, and god damn it, I forgot. Canada has paper straws. And I find that so silly. You're drinking an icy. A blue raspberry icy with a paper straw. No plastic straw. You got a paper straw. So you're on a countdown to how long your icy's going to last with this paper straw. And I was like, Canada, you're so silly. So this is when I went to see Sabatastic. Sabatastic. I love her. She is the best. The best around. I gotta see Sabatastic. So I went to see Sabatastic, caught up with her. She was so great and friendly. I congratulated her on her new dress. As you can see, her dress she designed. It's at a store she loves. I congratulated her on that. I looked at her stand. I picked up a few items. I picked up some stickers and a pin. So cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's go through the items I got from her table. So I got this sticker. This pin-up sticker. I got her bird being abducted by aliens. And then I got this cool one I've been wanting for such a long time. I wanted the Duckies skateboarding. These will go on my hard drives for sure. I love it. So those were the 3 stickers I got. And then the other thing I got was this pin. And I wanted this pin so bad, too. I remember when she started doing her cons this year. She's like, I got these new pins. I'm like, oh, shit, I want that pin. And I was like, you should have, like, like a, 2024, like, Comic-Con tour pin. Sabatastic. She's like, oh, I should do that. And I should mention, something tragic happened. So, at the end of the Saturday night, as she was packing up, 15 minutes before the shop closed, the whole con closed, 2 people freaking bum rushed her. So, like, one woman was keeping her distracted, and some person stole her fucking bag of cash. All her money she made on Saturday, and probably Friday, who knows. But whatever cash she had on Saturday was taken. And she felt so sick. She had to do a police report. She gave a description of the 2 people. And it made me so sad. I was like, oh my God, I just saw her that morning and she was so happy and like she got robbed. But like, oh my God, like a friend of hers started a Kickstarter and that Kickstarter met its goal. So she got all her money back through the Kickstarter. And everyone on Sunday went to her table and they bought most of her items. Like she hardly had anything left on Sunday. And it was so great. And she got like cards of sympathy and she got like art from people and people stopped to support her. And it was so great. But it just shows that the art community there and her fans really stood up and came up to support her, and it was so great. But yeah, that's and every year I try to take a selfie with her. It's great. Again, I've been following her work for 10, 13 years, ever since the Sleepy Cabin podcast that she did with other artists way back in the day. But yeah, it was sad to hear that, but it was so great to hear that the artist community came up to support her, and it's so wonderful. And I highly suggest you look her up. She's Sabatastic on DeviantArt, Instagram, Twitter, Sabatastic. Go check her out. I'll probably put a link after the show's over in the description, but please support her art. She's fantastic. I see her every year at Fan Expo. I love her. She's like the only reason I have to go to the South Building. And she's worth it. She's worth it to go over there at least once to go visit her. I had to. So Saturday, that was the only time I had. So after that, it was probably 11:40. So now this is crunch time. I need to head over to the photo op in the building. And I had my Bill Paxton shirt. And also, my mom got me this little cow at the Erie County Fair. So I was like, I'm gonna hold this cow for Twister and have the Bill Paxton shirt. It's gonna be great. So, cue the Jump Into the Fire by the song from the, Goodfellas. Dun, 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 dun. So I had to go from the 700 level, 600 level, 500 level, 400 level, cross the bridge, go down to the 300 level to go to the photo op. Oh my God. I got there at like 12:15, maybe even 12:20, because I hardly had any freaking time when I got to the photo op. When I got to the photo op, I'm like, Helen Hunt, VIP. All right, go in this line. And the line was already moving in, and so I'm making sure my hair is all right. I'm looking at my phone. I get my cow out. I hide my VIP badge because I don't want this in the photo. Guys, when you take your photo, take the VIP badge off or take off your lanyard. Nobody wants to see this in your pictures. You know what I'm saying? If you're paying $100 for your photo, take the freaking lanyard off. So I took my lanyard off. I think I was so late. I'm like, I think the quickest way to get to the scan code is on my phone, because luckily I had the screen grabs on my phone. I tried to have the things printed out, but I didn't even have time, because I had to go from the South Building all the way to the North Building, and then when I got in line, I was like, we gotta go. So I pulled it up, went in line, it's moving. I checked my hair, it's fine, and then I put the bag down on the table, and I'm in the room, there's Helen Hunt, there's 4 people in front of me. I know I'm covered in sweat because I just raced over. So funnily, I was just using my little cow to dab my sweat off. Because I'm like, holy shit, I gotta get ready for this photo op, and I don't want to be too sweaty. I don't want to look like I'm on freaking coke. So I got to the photo, and I didn't even know what to do. I knew I had to put my hand on the waist. I knew I had to have the cow on me, so I leaned back, put the hand on my waist, because the reason why I had my hand on the waist is if you look at the movie, the Twister ride, Ride It Out, and oh God, let's explain for the people who don't know. There was a movie in 1996 called Twister, which I love dearly. It's in my top 101 movies that I love of all time. I love that movie so much. When I was a kid, I went to Universal Studios in 1998, and I got on this ride called Twister, Ride It Out, and on the ride, and during the queue, there's 2 monitors. One is Helen Hunt and one is Bill Paxton. The reason why they're on 2 monitors because they didn't get along. So Bill Paxton is on his monitor and he has his hands on his waist. And he's like, you're going to ride it out in the Twister. You right, Helen? And he looks at the other monitor. So for the photo op, I was kind of planning to do this, but then I had the cow. I was like, oh, geez, I got to have the cow for the photo. So I had the cow in this hand. Put the hand on the waist, and I wanted to look cool like Bill Paxton, so I leaned back. And I didn't know what Helen Hunt was going to do. I didn't even look at Helen. I didn't even know what she was wearing because I'm so in my head because I had to race from the South Building, go over here. I'm in line, had to get the bar. I was not prepared because I was already late. So I just made it up and put the cow here, put my hand on the waist, leaned back. And then I took the picture. I'll show, where is it? Here it is. There it is. I look good. I'm not going to lie, because people have been saying that I lost weight, and I haven't really noticed it until then I saw this picture. I'm like, God damn, I look good. But like, this is like the best I've looked like since high school, in my opinion, this photo. And I took the picture with Helen Hunt. I don't even remember like really saying hi. I might have. It was such a fucking blur. Like literally, like in 5 seconds, I'm walking into the VIP line. I'm walking in line. I'm taking the photo. I'm walking out. I'm grabbing my print. It happened so quick. So this is the photo I took. Helen Hunt. So fucking quick. Like honestly, a blur. I hardly remember it. If it wasn't for the photo, I would say I didn't meet Helen Hunt, but there it is. I met Helen Hunt. Oh my gosh, we got the comment. Here we go. Bill Hader Conan moment. Explain. Explain. Oh, is that like the, explaining the for the folks at home? Because for those who don't understand. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Okay. So I did that. So let's go to my schedule. Oh God, where am I? Where am I on my schedule? So let me get my cow out of the way. My moo cow. Okay. So 12:20 was Helen Hunt. So then after Helen Hunt, I raced downstairs. Let's go to the schedule. Bump, bump, bottom, bump, bump, bump. So immediately after Helen Hunt, I'm on the 300 level. So I had to go down to the 100 level. The 100 level is where the Constitutional Hall is. Constitutional Hall is the big giant conference room where they usually have the big giant Q&A. So if you're like a huge star, they have a huge room. It's like stadium size ballroom, and you watch, the stage. So hang on, I got pictures, right? I got a picture of the stage, right? Rosario Dawson, I'm sure I do. Oh, that's Helen Hunt. Spoiler alert. So there's a stage. I'm like right up front because I'm VIP. Thank Christ. Oh my God. Speaking of VIP. So I'm racing down for Rosario Dawson. So along the wall is a huge line of the regular folks. Like all along the left side of the wall. All the regular folks. They're all sitting on the ground. They're all waiting. And it's like, it's not even a line. It's just a bunch of people sitting along the wall. And there's my VIP. And I'm running with my arms up in the air, and I'm so happy. And I have my badge in my hand. I'm like, VIP, VIP. And I'm running past all the people sitting along the wall waiting to go in for Rosario Dawson. And I'm like, I'm VIP, let me in. I have a child, let me in. And it was like Titanic, at the end when you hear that, ooh, it was like that. I was running in, and I saw my fellow VIP people already there because they're crazy people who've been there since 10 a.m. waiting in there, sweating and stinking. They're sitting in those seats all fucking day. I race up there to my VIP seat, and I sit down, and I find a seat, and I try to find a seat. So there's a woman in there, right? There's a woman sitting on the end, and she has one seat right next to her. And I'm like, lady, can I sit in that seat? And she says, no, it's taken. You can't sit here. It's taken. I'm like, okay, respect. So I find another seat, and I see it. I look on the stage. I'll be facing Rosario Dawson. It's going to be awesome. Because of that other seat, I'd be right in front of her. But, like, okay, so when I say right in front of her, so, like, it would be like I'm looking in front of her and she's, like, looking sideways towards the interviewer. If I pick my other seat, I'm looking directly at her face. So I could be taking pictures full face. So, closer to the show starts, like I hear, Rabbit. That's my mom's nickname. Like, me and my mom have a nickname for each other, Rabbit. For the folks at home, there was a show called Winnie the Pooh in the 1990s, and there was an episode where Rabbit had a bookend, and he had to do all these errands, and he had to learn from Tigger how to bounce, and Rabbit really wanted this bookend, so Tigger would tease Rabbit, and he says, "Can't you hear that bookend calling you? Rabbit!" So me and my mom call each other Rabbit because of that. Because Tigger did that. He's like, "Can't you hear him saying, Rabbit?" So that's our nickname. So I hear in the Constitutional Hall, Rabbit. I look over there. My mom is sitting in that fucking seat I wanted. I'm like, that fucking bitch, I wanted to sit in that seat. My mom's like, you want to exchange seats? I'm like, hell yeah, I want to exchange seats. So I go over there, sit down, and I saw my Rosario Dawson. And I am in shock, guys. I am in shock at how popular she's gotten over the years. I see my camera has frozen. Let's stop the camera. Let's restart it. It's okay, guys. We'll keep going. Don't worry. We're still here. We're going to make this work. I've done this before. Hopefully we can get this thing running again, because this thing happens every once in a while. Every once in a while this happens. Don't worry. This is the intermission. So I'm there for the Q&A for Rosario Dawson, and it's fun. And I'm so proud of her because she's gotten so famous since the last time I seen her. Because when I became a fan of her, I knew her from Sin City and, Grindhouse and all that. And, am I up and running again? Start camera. There I am. Okay, we're up and running again. So, I'm so proud of Rosario Dawson because she's famous now. Like, she's a huge fucking star. And I had no idea. Like, I didn't know how big her character from Star Wars was until I got to the show. She filled that fucking room, guys. And everyone was there for Star Wars. I felt like, just to compare, I felt like Forrest Gump when he first sees Jenny singing on stage and like, oh my God, her dream came true. She became a folk singer. But like, I know her from Clerks and Sin City and Grindhouse and, her earlier movies. I don't know her from Star Wars, and everyone's like eating her up. They love her. Like, there was a game where it was like she had to guess who the character was on screen. And she was like, is it this character? And everyone was like, no, in unison. Is it this character? Yes. Is it this character? No. And she's like, this is this is awesome. I can't believe I'm doing this. We can make like a song out of this. And I was like, oh my God, she is like huge. She's like the biggest star. I can't believe it. Like, and it's just because of Ahsoka. It's just because of Star Wars. And probably some other movies I might have missed over the years. But, like, to me, she'll always be, like, fucking Rosario Dawson, like, unstoppable. We have a missile the size of a Chrysler building. This is who we're talking about. We're talking about freaking Rosario Dawson. And she's just, like, she filled the room, and she was so fun. And some fan, like, made, like, a realistic Grogu. So hang on, where is it? Oh yeah, she reached over the stage because the Grogu was there, so she said hi to Grogu. There he is. So it's like, this is like a full-on fan-made Grogu. He's walking, his arms move, he's blinking, his head moves, he makes baby sounds. This is like the ultimate fan-made Grogu. And she's like, oh my God, Grogu! So she reached down to pet him. But yeah, like, Rosario Dawson was awesome. She was there. And I should say, prior to the show, since I knew Rosario and Rose McGowan were going to go, I ordered two things because I didn't know what was going to work more and what was going to arrive late or soon, because this was like a week or two before the event and I had to order something to get signed because I knew I wanted it. So the first thing I ordered was this, because I was like, if one item doesn't show up, then I could have this item signed. If that doesn't show up, then I could have this signed. So this was the backup. And it was this. This was the Rolling Stone that I had as a kid. Mine's all cut up because I put in a collage, so I had to reorder it. So this is the Rolling Stone cover with both of them on it. I ordered it. And the next thing I ordered, because I'm like, I don't know if it's going to show up in time. But maybe it will, maybe it won't. But it did. So, where am I on my schedule? Okay, so we're still at the Q&A. I'll get to the reveal of what I ended up getting signed. But before I get to that, let's take a break. We have Shane Ford, who has entered the chat. Hello, Shane Ford. Frank for Twisters 3. Yeah, for the folks at home. You got to understand, I really care about Rosario Dawson. And then do a Star Wars. And then Media goes, hey, Chief, I was at Fan Expo this year and I saw your photo being used as a banner. Pretty awesome. Yes. So what Media Ghost is saying is that my picture was used as a banner, which I do have a picture of here. Let me pull it up, Jamie. Pull it up, Jamie. There I am. My banner was used, and this was so fun this year because last year this banner was in the back hallway, so like you might have seen it, you might not have seen it. This thing was front and center. So when you're waiting in line, you're staring at me. And I thought that was so fucking funny. So like every time I went up there, I kept telling the workers, like, I'm going to take a picture with my sign. So like I'm pretty sure I have a picture in every cosplay I was wearing with this sign. So this was so cool. I'm being used as a banner at Fan Expo. Oh my gosh. Okay. So where am I now? Okay. Rosario Dawson Q&A. It was great. She's so famous, they didn't open up questions to the audience. They had preordained questions from social media. So all the questions came from either Facebook or Instagram. And I was like, oh, she's that famous. She don't want anyone coming up and asking her weird ass questions. Respect. Respect. But she became so fucking famous. I was so proud of her. Anyway, Q&A ends, and right around this time, it's probably about 1:15. So, because I think when the Q&A starts, it's about 40 minutes. So at that time, 1:15, they let us out. I go change into my outfit, my Patrick Warburton outfit. So I'm wearing a yellow shirt with swim shorts. I want to look like Genie from Aladdin. So prior to the show, I did order this. Oh my God, this was a miracle. I ordered this like literally 1 week before the show, and it showed up like Wednesday. And I was like, oh, thank Christ. So yeah, it showed up Wednesday on time. So I was wearing this for the Patrick Warburton shirt. And this was much easier. So I went to change my outfit, and I had time. So the Rosario Dawson... Oh, wait, hang on. The Patrick Warburton photo op wasn't until 2 p.m. So I had to change my outfit so I was ready for that time. So right now, this is a little time I have. Patrick Warburton's at 2 p.m. So let me try to get an autograph in. I know Rosario Dawson just ended her Q&A. She's going to go to her signature booth. So I go to my little VIP exclusive. So at Fan Expo, the whole wall is celebrities, and right in the middle of the celebrities, there's a VIP experience or, help desk. And this, what they do is you wait in this line and they say, okay, you want to do this person, that person, this, we'll escort you. We'll take you down there in front of the line, get you your signature, and we'll just bounce to each table, whoever you need, and we'll do that. So I go to this VIP thing and I say, Rosario Dawson, please. And like, did you buy a ticket? I'm like, no, I didn't buy a ticket. I didn't know I needed to buy a ticket. They're like, all right, you have to buy an autograph ticket. It's at her table. So I go to her table and I buy this autograph ticket. It's probably about this long. It says autograph ticket. And since I was not doing, Rosario Dawson is so famous, she has a price for 8x11s and a price for large items or everything else. And then if you want quotes, it's even more. If you want a name, it's more. So it's like, holy shit, this is legitimate. Like, okay, I did plan for this because I was like, oh, maybe I can get away with 8x11. But no, if you're getting something bigger signed, it does cost more. So I bought the ticket. And I said, Rosario Dawson, like, okay, wait over here. So I'm probably estimate 5 people back. And I'm looking around me. So I'm in this little line. So in front of me, there is, I think, a couple, a family of 3, and one other person. It's not that many. I'm probably like 4th or 5th in line, counting everybody. And to my left is her lines. And this is where the VIP comes in, guys. If I did not get the VIP, I would have her little autograph ticket, and I'd be at the end of a line that is like 5 rows long. And when I say 5 rows, they're all like sardines. You can't sit on the floor. You have to stand because they're so close to each other. They got them all crunched in, and it's like 4 or 5 lanes of people waiting, and I'm in front of them. And I had to wait probably about 10, 20 minutes. Just because, like, I think this is like her little break time, so she probably has to use the restroom, get something to eat, get something to drink, take a little breather, and then head up to her autograph booth. So I think by the time she gets up there, it's probably about 1:40 because I think she was a little late because I kept checking my clock because I'm like, oh God, I got to meet Patrick Warburton at 2 o'clock. When is she going to get here? You know? So I think probably about either 1:40, 1:45, around that time, she shows up. And I applaud. I'm like, oh my God, there she is. Because like no one knows, they can't even see her. They're all crunched like sardines in the autograph line, 5 rows deep. They can't even see her, and they don't even know what she's wearing. And not only that, but she's so famous. She's got her little curtain. She's behind a curtain. She's like Stanley, Michael J. Fox. She's got her own autograph booth. And I'm like, holy smokes, there she is. And I'm like, ah, and she waved at me. I was like, ah, that's so great. So then the line starts. They open up the curtain, and I'm ready. I'm ready. Promotion. I'm ready. Promotion. So I get in there, and I say, signature, please. You know, poster, pull it out. And I get to her, and it's so cool. I see her, and I see that she's shaking hands, and I'm nervous because for some reason, I got to make a note of this. So if I'm watching this later, Frank, remember to bring hand wipes. For some reason, I don't know if it's because I had my little high C drinks or my little Pop-Tarts, but my hands felt sticky. I have no idea why. I don't know if it's happened in previous years, but this is the first year where I've noticed it, where my hands felt sticky and I felt embarrassed. So I get up there and I tell her, like, oh my God, I love Grindhouse. Grindhouse is one of my all-time favorite movies. When I was a kid, my mom offered me $100 not to go see it because she didn't want to see it. And I'm like, nope, I want to see Grindhouse. So we went to see Grindhouse. I was one of the first few people to see it. And she's like, oh, that's great. I'm like, I've been a fan. I love Cincy, all that, just telling her. And she's like, all right, what color do you want? I'm like, I want orange. So she's like, all right. And she starts signing my poster. And she says, oh, this is so cool. This is a great piece. I'm like, yes. So she signs my poster. And I'll get to it because I want to hold it as a surprise. I want to show you what the final thing is. So she signs the poster. And I'm like, pleasure to meet you. And like, she reaches out for a handshake, but I do the fist bump because my hands are sticky like a little fucking 4-year-old. Say, do the fist bump. And I'm like, yay. And then by this time, this is probably about 150. Right, 150, and so 150. So I bypass the people, and I just feel like, you know, I feel like Sinbad and Jingle all the way, like, ha ha, I got to. So I go to the photo booth. Go to photo booth, get my Patrick Warburton paper out. Right. Go to the line, VIP line. I get in line, I go over there, and that's when I go take that selfie, that picture. Let me pull it up, Jamie. Pull it up, Jamie. I go take a picture with my sign and my Patrick Warburton outfit. Of course, like if you guys just showed up late, don't want to really repeat myself, but this is based on Genie. Whenever I think of Disney, I think of this outfit. Let me pull it up just in case, because I know Shane Ford wasn't here. There you go. Boom. Whenever I think of Disney, I think of this outfit. So, I go in there, and I'm all set. And this one, I did not take my badge off for this reason. So, like I said, don't over-plan for events. So before the event, I was looking for a vintage camera. But I did not want to pay too much for it because it's just a prop. But I was unable to find a camera in time. So in order to take place of the camera, I left my badge on so it looked like a little camera lanyard thing. So when I met Patrick, I went to the photo op. I was like, hey, can we do a thumbs up like Soren? He's like, sure, pal. And I was like, oh my God. So we did the thumbs up. It was so cool. I met Patrick Warburton. Oh my God. It's honestly like years in the making because he was always on the bottom tier. You know, he always got cut for the bigger stars or just because of budget reasons. But this year, I'm like, I got to make sure I get Patrick Warburton. I got to stop putting him off. And not only that, but like for the D23, I saw that he had a mustache. And then he redid the entire Soren intro. Like, oh yeah, have a pleasant flight or whatever he says. It's, oh, it's so good. It's like, Patrick Warburton. So I met him. And this right now is 2 p.m. So I go meet Patrick, get the thing printed. And then I go to Rose McGowan's table. But before we get there, let's take a break and read the comments. We have Captain Iron Dog. Good Lord, that's a long line. Yes, Rosario Dawson's line was huge. She was only there for one day, so I can see people like wasting their whole Saturday just for Rosario Dawson because you got to do the photo ops, the freaking the Q&A, and then her autograph. There's probably people who didn't even see her Q&A because they're waiting that 5 line deep for Rosario Dawson. Meanwhile, I skipped it with my VIP. So, there's that. And then Rick Dalton Point. Yes, Rick Dalton Point. So I go see Rose McGowan. I'm like, hi, Rose. It's so great to see you again. Because, you know, last time I was a blubbering mess when I saw her in Steel City Con. This time I was relaxed. It felt like seeing an old friend. She's like, "Hi, it's so great to see you again." And I was telling her I love Grindhouse. I'm actually kind of shocked that there wasn't a photo op with Rosario Dawson and, you know, Rose McGowan. And she's like, "Yeah, that is weird. I didn't even know she was coming to the event. Maybe next time I'll suggest." I have no idea if it's BS or not, but she did say like next time that they're ever together that they should do like a photo op for Grindhouse. And she's like, "That's easy money." I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "That makes too much sense. You guys could be making more money from us by doing a photo op with people from Grindhouse." You know what I'm saying? So I had her signature, and she's like, "Oh, Rose McGowan signed in orange," because in my mind I wanted to have her sign red, because like red and orange would be really cool. But Rose McGowan's like, "Oh, I have orange. I'll sign in orange." I'm like, "Yeah, that's great. Sign in orange." So here's the reveal, guys. Here's the reveal of what I ordered, and it showed up last minute. It showed up like Wednesday or Thursday before the show, and I'm like, "Oh my god." Meanwhile, I ordered it like a whole month out. I'm like, "Hey guy, is this print coming? When's it going to show up?" And he's like, "Don't worry, it's showing up. Apparently, it's right there." Because like for like weeks, like 3 weeks, there was zero updates. It was like, "It's sitting in Texas. It's sitting in Texas." I'm like, "Come on, you printed the thing, send it." Showed up late, week of. Poster. Oh my god, there they are. Rosario Dawson and Rose McGowan signed my poster, and it's like a custom print. This is the most Frank thing ever. And I remember when Rose saw, what do you call it? Rosario Dawson saw it. She's like, "Oh wow, this is a great piece." Like, "Where'd you get this?" I'm like, "Oh, I had it custom printed." So there it is, my Rose McGowan, Rosario Dawson poster. It's of course the Rolling Stone cover that I grew up with, but I fucking love Grindhouse, and when I saw that they were coming there, I'm like, I gotta get that poster. I gotta do it. Because originally I'm like, "Oh, maybe I should get like a Death Proof poster," but I'm like, nah. I'm gonna get something that's for me. That's for me. Let's go to the comments. What does Captain Iron Dog say? "Ain't no way." Yes. Ain't no way. It showed up. Yes, I got that signed. Oh my god, I was so happy. Happier than a pig in shit. And I had the poster carrier, so it was so much easier to carry this thing around. And not only that, but unlike my screen poster, okay, so just to show it again. So my screen poster, all the signatures are down here, so it's harder to carry to have it print, like, you know, to blow it dry. So like all the signatures are down here, so it's like really hard to carry it around. This was so much easier because you could roll this up, and I only had to show like this much walking around, so I could like just blow it as I'm walking around without having it damaged. But the screen one is so scary. But thank God, like, I have all the signatures I need. But yeah, this one was so much easier to carry through the crowd to blow dry, because I didn't want this ruined and I didn't want that ruined. But it is so cool. I got my poster signed. I'm so happy. I love Grindhouse. Alrighty, so moving on. Where are we at now? So we got the Rose McGowan autograph. So I told her all the story, I loved it so much, and she's like, "Oh my god, I love you so much," because I told her that my mom offered me the $100. Like, I told her the same story I told Rosario Dawson. She's like, "Oh my god, I love you so much." And then, next time, hopefully we could do like a Grindhouse reunion. I'm like, "Yes, it's so cool." So at this time, I have to change it to my black shirt and blue jeans, because I got to get ready for the Rose McGowan, Rosario Dawson photo op, because I want to dress like Stuntman Mike. So this is about, oh my god, so that's like 2:30. So I go to the bathroom, change it to the outfit, go wait in Rosario Dawson's photo op line. And she was late. Her photo op was supposed to be at, let's look at the time, Jamie. A Rosario Dawson photo op was supposed to be at 2:50. She didn't show up until probably about 3:10, 3:20. Because I went through the line, went to see her. I got the photo, so when I got to her, I was like, "Okay, Rosario, I want you to punch me like Death Proof, because I got the stuntman man." She's like, "Yeah," because the whole time as I'm waiting in line, she's got this energy. So for every photo, she's doing something silly. Like, there's one where they're pointing at her, and she's like pointing at them like this, or she's like this, or she's fun. She's a ball of fun. She's hopping around. She's having fun during her photo ops. She wants to make sure you have the photo you want, and she's making sure that she's having fun. So I love that. So I tell her, like, you gotta punch me like Stuntman Mike. So I'd get my pose like I'm getting punched. And there's the photo. At first, I didn't like it, but I've grown to love it because it's so awesome. It's exactly what I wanted. I wish she was facing the camera. And note for people out there. So if you want your photo retaken, because there was a guy out there who saw Brie Larson, and I don't even remember my tweet. So for those who don't know, I was on Twitter and I was on Twitter and Brie Larson showed up at a fan expo in like Denver like 2 years ago or something. And a fan went to see her and she was in the photo like this, like singing. So you can't see her face. And she's singing and I made fun of the guy like, why didn't he get a retake? Why didn't it happen? So I found out what happened. So after you get your photo printed, that is the time to say, hey, I want a reprint. I want a retake. Don't scan out. Even though there's like no one to tell. There's like really, because like the people who are at the printing station, they take the print and hand it to you. Like there's no one there to say like, hey, we need a retake here. There's no one to say that. I didn't know this, so this is for you. For those out there, learn from the lessons from the guy who messed up the Brie Larson photo. If you want a retake, do not scan your photo. Do not wait until you get out there. Let somebody know right away so they can give you the retake. I learned that with this one because I was like, I'm not quite happy. They're like, nah, you can't do it. I was like, all right. But then I started looking at this like, it's fine. I love it. It's exactly what the photo is. Let me show you the photo. It's exactly that. It's exactly that. It's fine. It's fine. It worked out. I'm happy with it. It's fine. It turned out great. I liked it. It's good. It's just at that time I was just so nervous. I was like, oh my god, the picture. But I was like, it's fine. It's fine. I like it. It's exactly what I wanted. I said she wanted to punch me and she's punching me. Fine. We got the photo. Let's see. I thought that was coming. No, it's different. It's very different, Captain Iron Dog. Very, very different. Because when I went to the Niagara Falls Comic Con, they printed out the photo for me. And like I think I waited in like to other lines and it came back and said, can I have a retake? And they're like, yeah, sure. Because it was like Leatherface. Because Leatherface did like a picture and like he was like, his face was so fucked up because like he wanted to do something silly like this. But since he's in the mask and he couldn't tell, he was like this and the picture was terrible. And I just simply asked for like retake and they did it. So this one is completely different. Completely different from that. So it's not common knowledge. Captain Iron Dog. Captain Iron Dog. Gotta read that fine print. That's Captain Iron Dog. He thinks he knows so much. Him's thinking knowing so much. Okay. Let's see. Where are we at now? Okay. Rosario Dawson. Happy with the photo op. Good. Fine. So, since she showed up late, by the time I got out, this would be 3:30 because I went right downstairs to wait for Dolph Lundgren. And I was going to go inside the Q&A for Dolph Lundgren, but I had to stop myself because I was like, Frank, you've been running around all morning. All you've had is an icy. You had 2 breakfast sandwiches hours ago. You need to sit down and rest, rehydrate, eat your Pop-Tarts. You need to eat. You need to relax. So from 3:30 until about 4:15, I just took a break, decompressed, stopped. Because literally, it was going from here to there, here to there, here to there, up there, up, down to the bathroom, change your outfit, go here, change your outfit there, bum, 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 go, bum. It was so busy. It was so busy that day. It was ridiculous. So, relax. Go see Helen Hunt and her Q&A. Q&A was fine. Not that entertaining. Just because the thing is, like, I know, like, it's always sad to say. I don't mean any disrespect, but like, Helen Hunt is not made for Comic-Cons. You know what I mean? Like, she's a real actress, so to ask her about her body of work, it's like, oh, I don't remember, or I did this, and it's like that. It's not like she gets asked all the time these questions. So like a Rosario Dawson, who's fucking awesome, she'll be like, Rosario Dawson will be up there and be like, hey, that's like when I worked on Clerks, and then the whole audience erupts her. It's like, oh, that kind of reminds me of the time when I worked on, Rent, and the whole audience erupts, and like, oh, it's like when I sang that one song with this guy, like, and the audience erupts. Helen Hunt doesn't know that. Helen Hunt is new to the Comic-Con scene, so she'll be like, I don't really know. Like, I kind of have a story. I don't really know. It's not her fault. She doesn't do these things. But that's what her Q&A was. It was fine. It was great. I think the highlight part, and then she handled it very well, or as well as she could. There was a grown man, definitely a disability, who thought Twister was real, and he wanted to know what it was like to experience an F5 on the Vegeta scale, and she handled it as well as she could. She was like, it was special effects, not hate to break it to you, it's not real. I don't know anything about storms, but she handled it as well as she could. But like that was the part that stood out. There was a question I wanted to ask, but it was too serious. I wanted to ask, what are her thoughts on the ending of What Women Want? Because it's such a weird movie. Sidebar, but at the end of that movie, because the whole movie, Mel Gibson has been stealing her ideas or doing her ideas, and then she gets fired, and then he fights for her to get rehired, and then he admits to her that, oh, I kind of stole your ideas or was inspired by you a lot, and then she's like, oh, you're fired, and then they stay together. It's weird. It's a weird ending. I don't even know how that movie even works with that ending. It's such a weird ass ending. But I wanted to ask that, but I was like, it's too serious, and I don't even know if she'll have an answer, so I didn't bother to ask. But like, yeah, and then I think she admitted that she didn't like Bill Paxton, and I think there was strong shade against Kristen Stewart, because she was talking about how actors don't really change up their performance or change up their voice, because she's like, some actors just talk like this, and she did like a dead-on impression of Kristen Stewart, and I was like, holy shit, does she not like Kristen Stewart or something? Because like, legitimately, she did like, people just like, she did a spot, I can't even do it, but she did like a spot on like fucking Kristen Stewart in every goddamn Kristen movie she's ever been in. And I was like, holy smokes, is that shade? Is that shade? Oh my gosh. I have no idea. Hopefully there's like a clip of it online, but she does like an impersonation, and it's like spot on Kristen Stewart. As working on that trailer for 5 years, I know what that voice is, and when she did that voice, I was like, that's hardcore, dude. Holy shit. But yeah, Helen Hunt was fun, and they tried to make her play a game, just because they know that she's like not a Comic-Con person, and then she wouldn't really have huge answers or huge pop answers. Like Rosario Dawson is like, she does these all the time. It's like when I worked with Grogu, or when I saw George Lucas, and everyone knows what the hell she's talking about. So with Helen Hunt, like they're playing like this little pixel game, and it was, oh my god. You know how I always say, like, Javi, why are you playing with the phone, Javi? It was like that. They would show her like this pixelated image from Twister. I clearly knew it was from Twister, because like there's no other movie where she's in the car with somebody, and she was like, oh, "What is this? What are you showing me?" She just seemed so agitated. Like, what is this? What are you doing? What is it's blobs? I don't know. And then like it would get like one away from the image, and she'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's Twister." Or, "Oh yeah, that's Mad About You." And then the last one was, "Oh yeah, that's as good as it gets." But yeah, she was like, "Why are we doing this? What are you doing?" So that was the Helen Hunt Q&A. But before we move on, let's get a comment in from Captain Iron Dog. I think she just meant someone who was monotone. I could be wrong. No. If you were there and you heard the voice, no. I know both me and you love Lies Bleeding, and we both love Kristen Stewart. But goddamn, that was a Kristen Stewart impression. Because she was throwing shade. She was talking about how she worked with an actor she had no chemistry with. Like, she's like, I feel nothing. She didn't want to give a name, but we all, at least I know, she meant Bill Paxton from Twister, because she didn't want to crush everyone in the audience. Because, she's, in a few big movies that everyone knows. And we all know that they had 2 goddamn monitors on Twister Write It Out. She didn't get along with Bill Paxton, and it hurts my heart. It hurts my heart. Yeah, you got to hear the impression, because I was like, holy fuck. Alrighty. So the Helen Hunt thing. So then I changed into this. I changed into my Bryce Dallas Howard gear, my Claire Deering gear from Fallen Kingdom. So I put on my gear, and let's cut to the picture of what I was inspired by as I pull out my prop. So that's her in Fallen Kingdom. So I had to get the hat and all that. So I had my little blue that I got from Walmart. And I was in my VIP line. And I go to meet Bryce Dallas Howard. And, I get to that line. and I'm in the room with her, and I see her, and I start tearing up. I get the welling in the back of my eyes of water. I'm like, oh my God, am I going to cry? Like, this is the first, like, legitimately, I feel like this is the first time where I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be crying in this photo. So I'm like really holding back. And I don't want to say too much to her because I know it's going to come. Like right now, it's even coming as I'm talking about it. So I go up, like right now, see how watery my eyes are getting right now? That's how they were at this time. And I see her, and she looks at me, and she's like, "Hi," and I'm like, "Oh my God, you're so clear." And I hold on to my little blue like this, and she's like, "Oh, that's sweet." And then I take the picture, and there it is. And pull it up, and that's the picture. And I was so happy because she was like wearing like a whitish jacket, and it looked like the first movie, and so I'm wearing the outfit from Fallen Kingdom. It all worked out, but like my eyes are like welling up the whole time. I'm like, "Oh my God, Bryce Dallas Howard, holy shit." So we leave because that like I think they even said like last call, last photo op of the day, Bryce Dallas Howard. So that was that. So this is like the end of the day. So this is about 5:40, so almost close to 6 o'clock. 6:10. We get into the parking garage. We pay. We did not leave the parking garage until 7:10. It took us a goddamn hour to get out of the parking garage because we were on the second level, so we had to go to the first level, and then we had to go up this little rampway. And we're wondering why all this traffic. But we sort of had a clue prior to this because as we were exiting the Fan Expo, we were walking by all these people wearing Blue Jays gear. And the Blue Jays Stadium is like literally on the other side of the convention center. And we're like, holy fuck, is there a Blue Jays game today? And the traffic was all kittywampus. Like when like the light went green, we all crossed the street, and like all the traffic like just filled the street. Like there was no room for cars. And we're like, oh my God. So we were stuck in that parking garage for a whole hour. Meanwhile, I had to take this off, and I'm like glazed. Both me and my mom were just like glazed. And when I told you earlier, you only have 15 minutes after paying to get out of that parking garage, we were stuck because the reader, when we got up there to, leave, it didn't read the ticket. It said, does not compute, does not accept, inefficient. So the guy had to, the attendant had to let us out because it had been way longer than 15 minutes to get to that point. And holy hell, we were in, so we got out. So we got to the car at 6:15. We got out of the parking garage at 7:10. And like literally the hotel was like 30 minutes away. But like, not really, hang on. Technically, the hotel was close. But we had to drive, I think, another hour from the parking garage to the Gardner Expressway. Because it was all Blue Jay traffic. And not only that, but like one of the corners was just like 4 police officers like blowing their horn, like the whistles, to direct all the cosplayers, all the Wolverines, all the anime characters, all the Blue Jay fans, and all the cars. It was insane. This is the craziest like traffic has ever been at Fan Expo for me. Like, because I don't think there's ever been a Blue Jays game on the same weekend. I think this is a first. So we finally got out and went to the hotel. And my God, because like my mom did like last minute research for the hotel. Bless her heart, she got a nice hotel, a decent hotel. It was fine, but like the area did not have any restaurants. And goddamn, we went to this restaurant. I thought it was like I thought Mr. Sub was like a franchising, so we pull into this thing called Mr. Sub. I've never been sure of my whole life a place has been a front. I'm pretty sure Mr. Sub was a front. Because the subs, like, the guy there, I know he was new. Granted, I know he was new, or had no idea how to make subs. But I picked the easiest subs to make. I picked a meatball sub and a pizza sub. And I think he completely fucked up the pizza sub. Because all the ingredients he was using were not a pizza sub. And I'm like, it's a pizza sub. And he says, pizza sub, what do you want on? And I'm like, just make a pizza sub. Oh my God, like, you know how pizza's made. You put the sauce down, you put the cheese, you put the pepperoni on. It's a pizza. What the fuck? It's not rocket science. It's a meatball sub. You put meatballs on, you have sauce on it, you throw some fucking cheese on it. Not rocket science. Oh my God. But this guy, like, I don't know if he had never had those subs before or never ever seen a pizza in his whole life, but he made, I don't know what he made. He put like some sort of meat down. I don't think it was pepperoni. Definitely not pepperoni. He put meat down, cheese, and then like sauce on top. I'm like, that is not pizza. That is not pizza. I don't know what the fuck it was. But like that's what I had. I had like one bite of it. I was like, oh, I'll save it for later. So I, had it a little bit later. But like Canada's like this though. Canada has like weird fucking food. Like I'm gonna give full on spoilers, but we went to like a Tim Hortons and we wanted like simple food. We just wanted like a breakfast sandwich or like a chicken sandwich. But like all the things are different and every goddamn sandwich has some sort of weird fucking sauce. Sorry for the language. But every sandwich had some sort of weird sauce, some sort of weird thing. It's like, it's a roast beef sandwich. Just give me a roast beef sandwich. You don't have to put whatever you're putting on it. It's got enough flavor. What are you doing? But yeah, Canada's like this, so beware. They like putting mustard. Oh, no. They like putting ketchup on things because I remember my mom went to the store. She wanted regular chips. They had like dill pickle chips. They had like ketchup chips. Like they hardly had any regular chips. So it's like, oh my God. So be wary. If you're going there, just know that they have weird ass shit. They put ketchup and mayonnaise on everything. Let's go to the comment section. Captain Iron Dog says, like meeting your hero. Yes. I didn't realize how much Bryce Dallas Howard meant to me until I met her. So I guess we can cut to that. So Saturday's over. So that's completely Saturday. We got to the hotel, go sleep up. So Sunday, only half an hour to the thing. Easy. We get there on time. We get there probably about 10 o'clock-ish, maybe 9:50. We get there pretty early. And there was like no traffic. We were shocked. We're like, oh, no traffic? Okay. So we got to the parking garage and my mom kind of wanted to switch it up. She's like, oh, let's try to park on that outside one so we could just walk out and pull right out. But they upped the thing to $30. And we're like, oh, no, we're not paying $30. We'll stick to the $25. So we go to our favorite parking garage. We go to the Fan Expo, go to the reentry. Oh, we stop at the store. We get some soda drinks because now we know the store's there. We get pop. We get snacks. We go inside to the Fan Expo reentry thing. And my mom wants to do the Danny Trejo autograph. And I want to do Bryce Dallas Howard because that night it came to me in an epiphany because I'm like, how come I've never gotten that emotional when I saw somebody? And then I realized why I got emotional when I saw Bryce Dallas Howard. So I'm like, I got to go say hi. It's early on the show. I'm going to say hi, see if I can say hi. So I go to her line, and there's not many people there. There's like no VIP, and then there's maybe about 10, 20 people in line. Not that many. In the long run, it's not that many people. So I go up there, and they're like, oh, what item are you getting signed? I'm like, oh, I don't want an autograph sign. I just want to say hi. Quick hello and leave. And they're like, oh, sure. So they write on a sticky note, hi. So I'm waiting there. And then I get to her, and I think her husband's there. I think he worked with Star Wars, so it's her husband and her. I think. I don't want to be wrong, but there's another guy there. And I tell her that I don't want to cry. And immediately when I say I don't want to cry, tears came down. And I said, I don't want to get too emotional, but I want to thank you for being part of bringing back one of my all-time favorite movies. Because for the longest time, like I told her a story I tell everybody, where I went to the store, the Universal store, and all they had was postcards in the shot glass of the biggest movie of my childhood. And that movie meant so much to me as a kid. And I'm telling her all this, like, when I was a kid, I would draw dinosaurs. I would recreate the movie. I was like a dinosaur kid waiting until my teens. And how the movie disappeared for like 15 years. The biggest movie of my childhood gone. Hardly anything. And then when the movie came out, it was like a resurgence. It showed that the world still loved dinosaurs and that everyone went to it. I remember that was a blockbuster. I told her like I went to see it like 5 times. And I saw all the other movies that many times, and I was just telling her all this and how much she meant to me. Like bringing it back. I know I'm getting emotional, but I don't care. I got my Kleenex here, I'm fine. But I was just telling her, like, for the longest time it was gone, and now it's here, and now I can go to Walmart and pick up Blue. I have all my toys in the background. Like, that wouldn't have happened without her and the team, without Chris, without Colin, without all that team coming back to bring the movies there. And she was so thankful. She's like, "Oh yeah, it's so great to hear this. You know, it means a lot because." And she gave me that speech I always like make fun of, but it was still nice to hear it. She was like, I was a big fan when I was a kid, 30 years ago, and all the CGI, and it was a game changer. And she grew up, and she wanted to make sure she paid respect to the franchise and all that. But like, yeah, I was just like nodding my head and all that, but I was just like, just trying to absorb it and just trying to not like go full on blubbering like I am now. I think I kind of held it a little bit more, but I was basically like this when I was explaining how much it meant to me and how much she meant to me. Like, it meant the whole thing because like now I go like everyone's wearing Jurassic World, Jurassic Park T-shirts. You get to see the Jurassic Park car. I have the toys now, and it's like none of that would have happened if there wasn't a Jurassic World and if they hadn't brought it back and then did whatever they did with the franchise just to keep it live at the theme parks in like Japan and Tokyo and all the rides and all that. And she said, "Let's take a selfie." So after the words, she came around the table and we took a selfie. So if you look at the selfie, you see my eyes are all puffy. Oh God, did I not pull it up? Am I an idiot? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I pulled it up. Yep. So I didn't even work my hair, like, because I was unexpected about this the selfie. So she caught me off guard because normally I'd probably take my book bag off, fix my hair, and look right. But like my eyes are puffy after telling her like how much she meant to me. But yeah, she was like, "Oh, it's great to meet you. Thank you for telling me this, and it means a lot." But yeah, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll see you later. I'll see you at the Q&A." So I run into my mom, and she's waiting for Danny Trejo, and he wasn't there. So we go downstairs because by this time I think Bryce is getting like we want to get there early for the Q&A because about this time it's probably 11 o'clock ish I guess. So we go downstairs to wait for the Bryce Q&A, and I sit on the end because I want to ask my question. Everyone knows this because I've been talking about it for ever since Dominion came out. I've been talking about my question. So if you know me, you're like, yeah, that's totally Frank. So hang on, let me take care of myself here because I got the Kleenex here. So get to the Q&A, right? And I was a little worried because, like they did with Rosario Dawson, they did put online if you had any questions, ask. So I was like, oh God, hopefully I'm able to ask questions to Bryce Dallas Howard. And everyone's asking, like, or she's talking about Star Wars a lot and how she did that, a little bit of Jurassic Park and whatnot. But she has these interesting stories. And then luckily, the moderator didn't waste time like the guy at Niagara Falls. Remember I told you the guys in Niagara Falls where he just talked about himself and went on too long? This moderator is like, no, let's get to the audience questions. Like, I already asked you my 3 questions. Let's get to the audience. And since I was on the end, I raced right up to the microphone and I asked my question I've been wondering about for the last 3 years or whatever, how long it's been since Dominion came out. I was like, "Hi, Bryce. My name is Frank. We just spoke outside a little bit earlier. But my question is, in the first and second Jurassic World, your introduction is in the elevator. And in the third movie, there's no elevator shot. And I was wondering why didn't that happen? Was there a discussion of not to keep it consistent? Why was the reason? What happened?" And she was like, "Okay, let me start with the story first, and then we'll get to that." So she was talking about how Colin Trevorrow is obsessed with haircuts, and like the haircut has to do with the character and their introduction. So Bryce had the idea that Claire should have like a side cut, like a cool like action hero kind of girl side cut thing, and Colin Trevorrow was like, "No, I don't want that. We're gonna have long hair. We're gonna do that." And then she also explained, because like she said, we did discuss it. We did discuss the opening shot. And he said, for this movie, I don't want to see your feet. And it just cracked me up because in the first 2 movies, it was all feet. And then she even said that later on, because I wasn't the only one who asked this question. Towards the end, there was these 2 little shy girls who were like, "Oh." So they went up there for the last question, and they're like, "So in Jurassic World," and they're like all shy and like timid, kind of tearing up and crying. But like in Jurassic World, you ran in heels. Like, how was that? How what did you train? And then she answered the question, but she said that Colin Trevorrow wanted like oh, if you want to be barefoot for the movie, like you can be barefoot after the heel, like throw the heels away and be barefoot. I was like, oh my god, like he doesn't want to see her feet in the third movie, but he wanted her barefoot in the first movie. What the hell? When she was telling the story, she said, no, I'm not going to be barefoot. I'm going to wear heels for the whole thing and be awesome. And then she legitimately talked about how she trained to run in heels, and like people were staring at her when she was training for it too, because like she made like these wood things and she would always stand on her tippy toes and run on her tippy toes. And she said, I became so good at running in the heels. I was like, this is hilarious. I'm getting all my questions answered. This is how God wanted it to be. But yeah, she talked about other things as well. There was a guy who went up there and asked about the village, and that was so great. And then she even said, like, M. Night Shyamalan was like, I want you for my movie. And they're like, shouldn't I audition? And he's like, no. If I open this to auditions, they won't want you. I want you. You need to be in my movie. And that's how she got the role in The Village. And it was just because he saw her in a stage play. And I was like, holy shit, that's so cool. And that he had that much power at that time. He's like, I want you. You're in my movie. So cool. So she talked about The Village. What else did she talk about? She talked about how working with Chris Evans was great, and how he's like, he wants to, plan a stunts. He's very like that. And then what else happened? I'm trying to think of. Oh, she talked about Spider-Man a little bit. She's happy that the Gwen Stacy character is more well known, because at the time people didn't know who the hell she was. She's like, I'm being Gwen Stacy, and people were like, who? What other movies she talked? She talked about Star Wars a lot. Trying to think if there's anything else that came up, but yeah, she answered my question finally after all these years. I've been wanting to know why there wasn't an elevator shot. And then she talked about the heel thing. And I'm trying to think if there's any other questions. Oh, yes, there was another question. The guy asked, like, if you could bring back a dinosaur, what would it be? And I found out she loves Land Before Time. She says she loved Land Before Time. Littlefoot was her favorite, so much that she named her dog Littlefoot. I was like, holy God, this woman's amazing. I love Bryce Dallas Howard. So that was that. That was her Q&A. And then at 12:40, I went to the photo op. And this is Captain Iron Dog's favorite part. I'm sure he's been waiting for this the whole time. So I went to the Danny Trejo photo op. Almost a whole year in the making, Captain Iron Dog. I'm in my Regal shirt. I have the cup. I go up there. And he sees me. And he just starts smiling because he instantly gets it. And I'm like, can you hold the cup and look angry? And he's like, okay. So he holds the cup. And I point at him, and he does like his angry look, and it happened. After a whole year of waiting, it finally happened. But before I get to this point, there is another funny story. So, Danny Trejo's line was at photo booth C. So if we go to this image, photo booth C. So I'm in the VIP line for Danny Trejo, number one in line. And I look to this guy next to me, because we're standing there for like 5-10 minutes. The guy next to me in the regular line looks at the sign, and then he looks at me, and then he does like the side eye, and he looks at the poster, and then looks at me, and then looks at the poster, and looks at me, and I'm clocking this. I'm like, yeah, that's me. That's me. And everyone in line's like, woo, we're in a line with a celebrity. Yeah, it was like, he's like, yeah, did they tell you about the photo? I'm like, oh no, I had no idea about this. I found out about it last year. The picture's like from 2017, but yeah, that's me. It was so funny though. That must be how it is for like being a celebrity, just to seeing that like he definitely clocked it. He's like, oh my God, I'm standing next to the guy. Okay. So let's go to the comments. We have, okay. Oh, the elevator. Let's go! Yes. Captain Iron Dog, yes. He knows the elevator. We got a star over here. Yep. So, yep, I'm at Danny Trejo, and there's the picture. 1 year in the making, guys. Had that cup for a whole year. Bought the shirt. Never been more excited in my whole life to finally do an idea. I love it. It all worked out. Okay. So then after this, we went to the Danny Trejo Q&A. So we went to the Q&A, And it's funny because he's getting old now, so he's having a hard time remembering things. So there was a point in the speech where he's like, "Man, there's this movie I really love, and like, there's a guy in it, and he says like, how about we have a spelling contest?" And the moderator's like, does anyone know the movie? I'm like, I was born for this day. I said, Tombstone, Doc Holliday, Val Kilmer, Tombstone. And the moderator said Tombstone, and he says, Tombstone, who got that? Give that guy a raise. I was like, oh my God. I was born for Alec Baldwin, helping him remember movies, and I was born for Danny Trejo to remember Tombstone. Because that line is stuck in my head, because for those who don't know, I am working on this video, 101 movies, where it's my favorite 101 movies, so I've been going through all these clips, and I've rewatched Tombstone like more recently, like a couple more times, like more than I should have. And that line's in my head. How about a spelling contest? So to help Danny Trejo remember a movie line, and not only that, but I haven't seen the comment yet, but it's ironic that I love Danny Trejo from his movie quote commercial, and I'm helping him with a movie quote. Let's see if Captain Iron Dog clocked that. Just like the Alec Baldwin. Yeah, he remembers. Yep. Oh my God. But yeah, I just felt like the Regal commercial where I knew the quote. So, the Danny Trejo Q&A was pretty fun. I think they did this or that, and, what was that? And then he had, like, some fun stories about Con Air, and he said, like, he may not look like it, but John Cusack is a bad motherfucker. Because apparently John Cusack trains with, like, oh my God, I know who he's talking about now. Yeah, John Cusack trains with this kickboxer. For those who don't know, the kickboxer is actually in 2 John Cusack movies that I could recall, if I'm correct. He played the hitman that John Cusack fights in the hallway in Grosse Point Blank. And I believe he also plays that ghost apparition that comes at him in Hotel 1408 with like the hook hand with the bald face. That dude, I'm pretty sure it's the same guy. I think that's who he's training with, and that's who Danny Trejo trained with. It's a kickboxer guy, so apparently John Cusack could kick ass. So then after this, we went to the Danny Trejo line. And of course, I'm VIP. And my mom wanted to get a signature with Danny Trejo. Like, I don't have her picture, but like, let's go to an example. Pull it up, Jamie. Okay, so her picture was similar to this. And there's a big giant opening over here. My mom wanted, with love, Danny Trejo. So I get over there. And I'm in my VIP line. And I'm number 1. I'm supposed to be number 1, right? So they keep me to the side because I'm VIP. And I clock it right away. And so does my mom. There is a girl with purple hair. And you already know she's going to start shit. She immediately asks, who are those people? And the guys, like, the woman's being friendly. Oh, what's the VIP line? They're VIP. They're going to be the first line, whatever. And she mentions that my mom doesn't have the VIP badge. And my mom clocks this. She's like, oh my God, she's calling me out. She's like this. I'm like, well, you're going to stay here with me. This is fine. I'm VIP. We're going to get a picture signed. Doesn't matter. You're here with me. Like, what am I going to do? Go wait in line, Mom. I'm not going to help you out. Like, I'm not going to do that. That's stupid. And I'm sure as hell she probably wouldn't do that. That's fucking dumb. And not only that, but like in line at this time, because it did get longer, at this time it was only about 5 people. And she was making a big deal, this purple hair girl. So we're waiting. Me and Mom are just shooting the shit. And my mom goes to sit down because we're waiting long. I think this is like 20, 30 minutes. This is the time where Danny Trejo takes his break for the day, like his lunch break or whatever. So we're waiting. We're shooting the shit. And then we notice the purple hair girl goes right in line, pays the guy, because like the handler or whoever's handling the cash gets there early before Danny Trejo, gets in front of the line, pays, and then, is waiting there front. I was like, oh, no. And even like the woman gets up there and says, oh, no, the VIP, you go over here. So I go over there to pay for the signature. And the purple hair's like, oh, I didn't know you were a VIP. Excuse me. And I'm like, oh, you motherfucker, you are that person. I don't even know you, and you're acting like this. Holy hell. And I'm like, yeah, I'm VIP, and I pay for the thing, and like, I kind of want this. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I was just like, this is bullshit. Like, I was just thinking in my head, like, I don't even know you. And you're acting up. Oh my God. So we wait. And then, of course, Danny Trejo comes out, and everyone applauds. And by this time, there's like 30 or 40 people in this line. It's gotten quite bigger. So then I go up there and get the picture signed first, and he signs it, and we tell him how much we love the movies and whatnot. And then we leave. It's easy to leave the parking lot. No traffic, empty. We leave the parking lot 3:10. Mind you, there was so much traffic on the way home. And it's all that dumb leapfrog shit where they're not really going anywhere. We're only being held up by people who went down the lane to merge back in. That's what they're doing. It's not people getting on. It's just people leapfrogging. And we're getting held up by them. And not only that, but all the tractor trailers start lining up in the middle lane. They're all on their CB communicators because we all see it. We all notice it. They all start lining up in one, and they start doing like a freaking quarterback situation where they all start moving. And it's like, you motherfuckers. And like, it took forever because we were supposed to get off because we were taking an hour break. We were supposed to get off the highway or thruway, whatever, at like 4:10. We didn't get off until like 5:50. We finally found a spot to get off at 5:50 through all that traffic. So we get up 5:50, and apparently we're off for like 40 minutes because we stopped at this Tim Hortons, and the one I told you where there's weird shit on every fucking sandwich. There's like weird crap because I was looking at the menu. I'm like, why is it white sauce on everything, and why is there sauce on everything? Oh my god! So we're waiting for food, and then we're waiting for the restroom because, like I told you, it's like inching a little bit by traffic, and there's no other way. So like me and my mom are like, we're not even upset. We're like, there's no other way. This is the only way home. There is no other shortcut. This is the only way. It's like Star Wars. This is the way. Like, this is what it is. We came out here. We had fun. We got what we wanted to do. And this is just what we have to pay. We have to do this. We have to deal with it. It's okay. It's just part of the system. It's part of life. So we're like inching, and we're waiting here for about 50 minutes. We get back on there. And as we're waiting in the restaurant / gas station, we hear all these sirens go by. They're racing by like ambulances, and we're like, oh shit. So we get back on, 50 minutes later, and this black cop car goes vroom up the median, like speeding. He's like flying. I'd be scared of flying that much because like that side has so many fucking pop tires and pieces of wood and debris, and he's like flying like 100 miles an hour down that side. And we're making things up in our head, like, what's going on? What's happening? Is it an accident? Which lane do we need to get into? Where do you think the accident is? Is it the middle lane? And we're just making it up in our heads. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what's happening. And we get to the point where we're like, nah, there's no accident. Because we start passing this town. And we notice this town because there's like a little service road on the side. And we notice all these fire trucks are leaving. And we're like, oh, that's where the policeman went. He just went down the side to get there quicker to go to the town because there's all these fire trucks. Okay, we made it up. There's no accident. And then we see it. We see the flashing lights finally. There's the black cop car that went up there. And some asshole ruined everyone's day, affecting thousands of lives. And I say thousands because you're affecting all those tractor trailer trucks that have deliveries that need to go to all the businesses and all the other things. So you're affecting thousands of lives. There was an asshole. His front end was all crushed. And you could tell he was trying to do something. You see all these skid marks. It was like maybe 4 cars, and they were all finally pulled to the side. There was still debris in the ground. And it was clear sailing all the way after this. But you could tell it was that one asshole, because whoever has the most damage caused the accident. And his front end, oh my gosh. Time out, guys. Time out. We have Besky here. Beskies. Country roads. Besky, oh, take me home. Besky. Besky. And Besky says, saying hi quick. I have a work meeting. You can still listen to me. Come on. Put me on mute. You're going to listen? Anyway, that's Besky. Hi, Besky. Again, PSA. I suggest everyone to Full Metal. Subscribe to Full Metal, watch her Let's Plays. She does them whenever, and occasionally she'll text you to tell you when the lives are. So watch her play her games. She plays the best games. She plays the best games. I walk into her live stream. It's such a great live stream. It's one of the best live streams. I love it. It's great. One of my favorite live streams. Okay. So, it's clear sailing after this accident. And we go there and we finally get to Niagara Falls and we don't have to exchange anything. And this is a good segue. Good segue. Hang on. We got another Besky comment. Because Besky's only here for a little bit, so Besky gets VIP treatment. Thank you for the shout out. I will try to remind you. Yes. Subscribe to Becky. Subscribe to Becky. And when you subscribe to Becky, always say, that poor cat. Hello, Manfred. Hello, Jake. Hello, Kanga. You got to say hello to everybody. Okay. Time. So good segue. So this year we did not have to exchange cash because I made the best purchase in my life at all the cons. I've been going to Comic Cons for like 20 years. Smaller ones, bigger ones, ones that stand on rocks. Even cons of chicken pox. And I bought the best thing I've ever had in my life. This is the original 1993. It says 92 on the tag, so maybe it came out a year earlier. But this is from the original Jurassic Park. It's based on the deleted... there was an animatronic made that looked exactly like this. I'm pretty sure this is probably just the concept art made into a stuffed animal. Look at all that detail. It's even got little toesies and stuff. But this is the best thing I've ever purchased. There was a deleted scene in Jurassic Park where Lex actually rode a Triceratops, but I'm assuming it looked way too fake. And Steven Spielberg's like, yep, you're getting cut. Because during that sick Triceratops, they were supposed to be the baby Triceratops. Cut it out. I think there's like one image online where Sarah's sitting on it. Oh, Sarah, what's her name? Lex. Lex is sitting on top of the Ceratops. And it was deleted. But like, I love it. I've really been looking for this for all these years. I have the Dilophosaurus. I'd pull it down, but all my stuffed animals would fall down. I don't want to deal with that. So I have the Dilophosaurus up there. I think there's a Brachiosaurus at somewhere. I don't know. But I almost didn't pick this up. I had to pick it up because it was a good price. And I know, like, because I was thinking, like, oh, I could just get it on eBay later. But I know this would be, like, way more expensive on eBay than it is in Canadian. And especially with the Canadian exchange rate, this is so much cheaper than it would be. So, this is, like, the most adorable thing I've ever seen in my whole life. Let's put some more light on it. I love this Triceratops. It's, like, really solid, too. And there's so much detail in it. I'm in love with this thing. I love it so much. I want to carry around and hold it, but I know, like, you know, it's like a vintage toy. This is like literally 31 years old, probably 32, because it says 92 on the tag. But like, I love this thing. This is the best thing I've ever purchased at a Comic-Con. And I'm so glad I found this at Fan Expo. And I love her stand. I wish I knew her stand. This is the same stand that I bought the Paul Kirby. There's a Paul Kirby action figure I got. Same stand. She has like all these cool vintage toys. And when I say vintage, like, I mean, she's got like the Disney Store Beanie Babies. So she's got like the little fox from Mary Poppins. The one that's like, True LeFou. And then she's got like a little Beanie Baby of Flubber. She had the Beanie Baby of Herbie. She had a Street Shark. She had like the vintage Sailor Moon toys, which I couldn't believe it. When I saw it, I'm like, oh my God, I had that. I don't know where it is, but I had one of those vintage Sailor Moon toys, and then I saw this hanging over there, and I was like, oh my God, how much is that? I don't want to say how much I paid. I'll just say it was good for what it was, and I could not walk away. I could not say no to this, because this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm in love with this thing. And again, I bought this also to remember my experience with Bryce Dallas Howard, because in Dominion, she saves those little Triceratopses in the beginning, and she means so much to me. She means the world. I'm wearing the freaking cosplay, you know. Yeah, I just wanted to get this to help remember the experience. And just a reminder that Jurassic Park means so much to me. I love Jurassic Park, and it's just amazing. So, that's a good segue. Good segue. And there's some more Becky comments. I love your dino. Thank you, Becky. And then she has the little heart emoji, peoples. Aww. And then it's so cute. I know, it's the cutest freaking thing ever. This is the cutest thing. I love this thing. This is the best. And it's like really solid too. I just want to hold it. I don't want to get my greasy hands all over it. You know what I mean? It's vintage. It's literally 31 years old. Oh my God. It's almost as old as me. Alrighty. So, we didn't have to exchange. And we were so worried. We were like, oh my God. Is the Rainbow Bridge going to be packed? And we crossed the Rainbow Bridge, no problem. It felt like me running, we're like, VIP, VIP. So, We got to the Rainbow Bridge at 7 p.m. Meanwhile, we left Toronto at 3:10. All that traffic and then the stop for the restroom. Oh my god. We really tried to get back on time because it was so funny because when we left to go to Toronto, we were like, we'll be back by 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. on Sunday. It'll be that because we knew our schedules. We're like, yeah, we should be fine. We'll be back by 5 p.m. We got back at 7. Holy shit. We got back at 7 and like we wanted to stop at restaurants, but it was getting late. So like we ended up just stopping at McDonald's and we're like, oh my god, so exhausted. And we were so happy to have like regular, because like over there it's like all weird shit. So we're like, we know our simple McDonald's food. It's like, it's perfect, it's fine, it's what we need. We just need a little something before we go to bed. And my mom was like, I think you need to relax. And like, yeah, I know, I think I do. So I had to call in. I called in. I'll admit it, I called in and used one of my vacation days. I should have done it. I got to make a note for next year. Request Friday off and request Monday off the whole weekend so I could time to decompress. Because I really wanted to do the show last night. I wanted to do this last night, but I got home. I was just so goddamn exhausted. I was like, I can't. I gotta wait till tomorrow. And dude, my alarm went off for like normal work because like maybe I could do it, but I got up. I'm like, I gotta, like, you know, I sent it in and they're like, it's fine, perfectly fine. I didn't wake up till like fucking like 11:30, 12 o'clock today. I was like, oh my god, I needed sleep. Woo! I needed sleep. So, my mom said make a note here. QEW construction should be done by 2025. I'm hoping so, because there is a lot of construction. Like I said earlier, there's a whole road that they keep tearing apart where it goes 3 to 5, 2 to 4, 3 to 1. Oh my gosh. Alrighty. So in conclusion, for those who are watching this to wonder if they should get VIP, this is what I wrote down. The VIP experience is for time and convenience. Less time in the autograph lines. First in line for the photo ops. Able to enter the re-entry. I think you could do that with all badges, but just in case, I think you can do re-entry with all these. And then you'll be the first to sit in the Q&A room. So you can sit in there all day if you want. Sit in the front row. Do whatever you want. The thing I like about the early photo ops is I don't think anyone does that. I think everywhere I've gone, it's just like everyone for yourselves for the photo op. Only Fan Expo does the, you know, if you like your ticket could say group 3. Like I think a lot of my stuff was like group 2, group 3. But since you're a VIP, you go right to the front of the line or the VIP line. It's so great. And I would highly recommend it. If you're there to get autographs from big stars, like if you want an autograph, okay, let me back up here and just show it again. If you want an autograph from Rosario Dawson, and it's Rosario Dawson or someone else big like Nev Campbell or Matthew Lillard or anyone huge like that, John Travolta, what's his name? Michael J. Fox, Alec Baldwin, Sam Raimi. If you're getting someone big, someone like that, instantly worth it. You're not waiting in that line for an hour or 40 minutes or the whole day because you don't know. Because you know they're doing the photo op and you knew they're doing their Q&A and you know you need to get a good spot in line and you're missing all that. You're missing all of that by waiting in line. There's no way I would have seen all my Q&As if I had to wait in line for all these people. So I highlight, if you're getting big names and multiple people, mind you, like my schedule, my Saturday schedule, that was jam-packed. I was only able to do all that just because I carefully planned it and that I had VIP. You're not buying VIP for all the posters and the free comic books and the t-shirt. Well, you're probably getting it for, I got it for the lanyard. But like, I don't want that Marty McFly. I don't even care about that now. I got this. I'll probably use it forever now. Like, I never have to go. I'll have to go to the South Building because I got to support Sabatastic. But I highly recommend it if you just want to avoid those long lines and you don't want to stand forever. The only time I had to stand in line was when I had to do the photo ops. And that's just the game, though. That's just the game. But yeah, I like it's just time and convenience. Don't think you're buying it for the perks. Don't think like, oh, I bought it for the T-shirt. I bought it for this, you know. And then don't over question it. Don't overdo it. Don't overthink it. If you have VIP, take full advantage of it. If like, because there was a father who was VIP and his sons were like day passes, and he because like even photo ops you could have two other people, so that's what he did. Take full advantage of it. My mom didn't have VIP and she wanted the signature for Danny Trejo. I'm not going to make her wait in line. I'm going to get the signature for her. Time and convenience. Don't make a big deal about it. Don't go to the person and say, my mom wants a signature and I'm VIP. No, just say, hey, I'm VIP, I want to get signature. And my mom could just stand next to me. The person don't need to know. Oh my God. But yeah, I highly recommend VIP. Highly recommend it. Because for these events, time is of the essence. And you need to be at certain places at a certain time. And especially if you got to go to this freaking South building. We'll pull it up, Jamie, just to get a reminder of the South building. You have to go through all those goddamn levels. So time is of the essence. So let's see. Yep. I said all that stuff already. But yeah. I think that's all the things I needed to say. That's all my notes. That's all my experiences. Yeah. So I think I said everything. Like literally, I'm really trying to think if I missed anything. I said my Triceratops. Talked about Sabatastic. I talked about the South Building and all that. But yeah, it was good. It was a good year. It went by like a blur, but like I was able to do the Q&As, and I'm not able to do that. I'm usually able to do like one. And then I didn't have to wait in line for Rosario Dawson. I avoided that 2-hour wait. However long those people had to wait, I avoided all that. I was able to help my mom out with her Danny Trejo signature. I was able to get in the VIP lines at the photo op, so I didn't have to wait longer for those. Because for Rosario Dawson, it was like 3 or 4 lines deep for photo ops. Avoided all that. It was worth it. But you just have to keep in mind what to do. Make sure you're prepared. Over-prepare. Budget yourself. Make your own itinerary like I did. Only use the app as a guiding light. Don't hold that as like a religious thing. You know? I don't know. Yeah, this is good. It's good. So I think that's it. The next Comic-Con might be Nickel City Con. God, those are so close. Like Nickel City Con and Frightmare are like 1 week apart, and I really got a budget. Because for Nickel City Con, I definitely know I need Fake Jason. He's going to be there. And I think I need the Scary Movie people. Because I have the Scary Movie posters started, might as well get them. So I got those 2 things, at least there, at the Nickel City Con, and then Frightmare's next. Frightmare, that's booked. That's like I need to figure out who's got to get cut. Because that's a stacked lineup. Like I want to see everybody, but I know I won't be able to see everybody. So I need to make sure, I need to make cuts. But that's going to be hard. Because like literally, like a lot of people are going. Like Sam Raimi, the whole cast of Thanksgiving, Amanda from Saw, Tony Todd, Friday the 13th Part 3, Shelley's going to be there. Taylor Scott Compton, Danielle Harris. It's going to be a lot of people there, so I need to figure out who I need to get. So, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the live stream. I don't know I think it might be a live one. I don't know how long this was. Yeah, dude, Frightmare is going to be awesome. Frightmare is going to be awesome. I don't even know what outfits I'm going to wear. That's not like I didn't even think about that. Like I know I have the Sam Raimi one planned, but I don't know about the others. I might have to bust out my old Halloween outfit for Danielle Harris, or maybe I'll dress like different characters. Maybe I'll dress as the pirate kid from Halloween 5 or something. I don't know. I got to figure it out. But yeah, it's going to be fun. Frightmare is going to be freaking awesome. Oh man. So anyway, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to I Want My TV Now. Subscribe to Chief Brody Rules. Give a like, leave a comment. Tell me what you liked about this. If you have any other questions about Fan Expo, leave a comment down below. Support Sabatastic. She's on Instagram, Twitter, DeviantArt. Subscribe to my best buddy, Full Metal, right here. Subscribe to her. Best YouTube channel for games. She plays Final Fantasy and all that. Wonderful. Follow Captain Iron Dog on Twitter. His handle's the same, Captain Iron Dog. He does art. He does, superhero stuff. That's really cool. But yeah, I think this is a good live stream. And thank you guys for joining. And help me out. Go to Facebook. Look up I Want My TV Now. All one word. Subscribe so I can live stream on Facebook again. So I can make StreamYard worth it. I don't like all the rules they made to limit me. I can't even stream on Twitter anymore. Oh my god. They made that a rule. Like I need to be Twitter premium in order to stream. I'm like, I'm not paying for Twitter. That's stupid. Anyway, thank you guys. It means a lot for you guys watching. Okay. Bye. See you in the next one, which I think is Sarah. We're going to talk about heat and heat. Oh my god. So, see ya. Bye.